No, they were too cheap to stick us with it. Uh, God, I should have asked for paid in advance. Oh well. I actually have a blanket, so I'm going to sleep not in the snow.
Okay. And who is staying up and watching them? I missed it as I was
Uh,
reconfiguring.
Sage and Cole.
Sage and Cole. Okay.
Not trying to pull an all-nighter, just, as I am fascinated, so as long as I can go, before I need to, like, take a rest for the
Okay.
night.
Are you guys posting any kind of watch?
I mean, probably. If Cole wants to kick me awake once he's ready to go to bed, I'll watch as well.
Okay.
Would it be reasonable to say that, like, essentially me and Sage are doing a first watch, and then we'll kick those two awake for a second watch while we rest?
Yeah, that's reasonable. At some point during your watch, they freeze again. They
There it
just
is.
stop moving and sway. Now, not all of them are up, and it's only those that are actually up and sitting around or walking about.
Some of them are sleeping.
Some of them are sleeping.
Okay. I'm like grabbing Sage. I'm like, look, they're doing it. They're doing it again. Look.
They're not doing anything.
Exactly.
Wow.
Do you see it?
That's freaky.
Watch, they'll start moving again here in like a couple minutes.
Sage is looking at them also.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, with a little bit more of that keen eye from before, you can actually see that those that are on the ground look like they're kind of wiggling in time with the swayers.
Dude, even the ones that are on the ground are swaying.
Oh my god, I know what this is. They got like brain worms inside them. Wheeling.
Mandatory dance
Some
hour.
kind of hive mind parasite.
Jack, I'm sure one of these guesses is going to end up correct. Just keep making them. We'll hit on it eventually.
They stop eventually. Did you guys mark the time again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Tom had mentioned that he was doing that, then yeah, I think we would compare it. But if he just did
he
that,
probably he would have he probably would have said like I noticed such and such o'clock.
Okay. They sway for about 20 minutes and then go back to what they're doing again.
so much longer than last time.
Much longer than you saw last time, yeah. You caught them in the middle of it last time. You didn't actually see them stop moving. You just looked over and they were not moving.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know I said it was like 10 minutes. This is like 3 minutes into the us observing this, but it was really like not 10 minutes. This should stop any second now, and then it goes on for like another 15 minutes.
Your watch ends. The other two wake up.
We'll inform them of what we saw and when.
Uh,
Oh, cool.
Tom can make the calculation from the first sighting, and it was about 3.5 hours.
all right. Well, I'll keep my eye on the rest of the night.
Okay.
Yeah, you worry about them. I'll watch the camp.
3.5 hours later, they stop again. Those that, actually, that'd be like 2 a.m. Sorry, 3.5 hours later, you notice them wiggling on the ground.
Great. Are you saying none of them is awake at 2 a.m.?
None of them are awake at 2 a.m.
Well, they have better sleeping habits than I do.
It's also really dark, except for the starlight.
Well, it's a clear enough night that I can see them. Apparently,
So they just like laid out fully clothed on the ground,
They did.
and
Right.
like no real bedding or
Some of them
makeshift.
are on the makeshift stone or log furniture, but that's about it.
all right.
Meanwhile, Michael's sitting on a log with 2 blankets wrapped around him, and his gun barrel poking out.
Uh,
Definitely should have packed another blanket.
I do probably have my thermal blanket draped around me too while I'm watching. But yeah,
Goes on into the night and starts up early morning. You see them waking up and starting to go about their day, and it happens again. This time it's exactly 3 hours and 27 minutes later.
was that the case the last time too? Exactly.
You can assume it was.
You
They-
didn't get quite as good a number.
Yeah, it was like a little bit of an afterthought of, oh, there was a number, let's get this number now.
Right.
But even going back to his first number, it appears to have been intervals of exactly 3 hours and 27 minutes.
Okay. Right. I guess at this point it's been long enough that I can kick the others up. They've gotten enough sleep.
Everybody's awake.
Oh, 10 minutes.
Aryan zombies. What? Oh, what? I'm having a nightmare.
Yeah, speaking of the Aryan zombies, got a time interval for their little dance. 3 hours, 27 minutes.
207
Being able to
minutes.
confirm 20 minutes also. That's how long they dance for.
All right. So is it wait, no. Never mind.
It's 3 hours and 27 minutes from each point that they start.
Got it.
So 227 minutes total.
Yes. 200 or 3. Yes. Right.
It should be, as you said, 207 minutes from the start of one sway to the start of the next sway.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I was adding the 20. It's from the start to start. So 207 minutes.
Each interval seems to be.
Any significance by that number?
And I'm not a fucking mathematician, am I?
I don't know.
I'm not.
Okay. Well,
So, what do we do today? And what's our game plan? It's going to take
As if-
us most of our rations to get to the target. That camp is on the way. Do we investigate on the way, or
We'll
we assume that
need to
they're-
hit them anyway.
we need to investigate them. They could be so dumb that they don't have any impact on our mission, but
You know,
Well.
I'm kind of for skirting that place as wide as we can. I don't want to mess with that junk.
There's 13 of them. They have spears. I think we can.
And
Worst comes to worst, I think we can
Yeah.
take them.
and machine guns in their arms that you can't see.
well, I mean, yeah. I don't know about machine guns, but I am scared about what's inside of them.
yeah, I don't know.
Worms.
Are they zombies or are they robots?
Well, if somebody's watching them as they go about their morning business, you see that they do their morning business.
That
Like-
that That might just be engine
like-
oil, or
Yeah.
Well, you don't have the best angle to check, thankfully.
Michael's definitely
it's
not
lubricant. They're just dumping all. All right.
You said Michael is what?
definitely not watching.
Cool it is.
Like, come on, guys.
With fascination.
Peace.
And they were never heard from again.
I'm telling you, man, they're not human. Not anymore. There's something else inside their heads.
Fine,
bet.
let's go.
Oh,
find out.
were they corrupt? All right. Are they robots? Are they fucking zombies? Are they worm parasite infected cultists of
Yes.
the monolith?
Yes. To all of the things.
Right. I look around quickly. Do I see any monoliths in the area?
Which area are you looking in?
Just in general in the valley.
No. There are a few things that you can see kind of over the ridge at the ruins that could be small monoliths, or they could just be stones that happen to be standing upright.
Great.
Honestly, as fascinated as I am, we are here on a mission, and so I think our first plan should be to make our way basically straight there, as far as whatever path we need to take, and just be vigilant about what's going on over here, and if any of their as we approach, if any of their mannerisms change.
I'd like to deal with them as quickly and as thoroughly as possible. But
Well,
maybe
I'd
that's
like
just
to make
me.
it to level 2, so
What the hell are you talking about levels now?
Part of our
Michael?
mission is to assess the threat of any locals we encounter.
that's what
we
we're
can
doing.
counter
We're
some
gonna
locals in the area.
go here and assess if they threaten us.
Yeah, I'm also inclined to think that the ruins probably have something to do with their weird dances. I mean, come on.
Don't you think we need to? I'm up for either. I mean, I wouldn't mind avoiding them, but I feel like we need to deal with them, and it would be more efficient to do it first.
I mean,
I
So
don't
as far
like
as
it.
distances are concerned, like how close are they, and in what direction, like related to the ruins?
Well, move that way. They're almost directly east, a little bit southeast of the ruins.
Mhm.
Away from the ruins, they're about 75 kilometers. That is a good 3 or 4 day hike. 3 days if you book it across that flat area. 4 days if you try to keep the cover.
Okay.
Getting to them is 30 kilometers. If you hustle, you could make that with some daylight still ahead of you.
Mine.
Would going to them take us like out of the way, or is it kind of on the way-ish to?
It would take you out of the way. You could go down the hill and I'm gonna do this the right way. Just take a path straight across.
Okay.
Well, if we were to head down, like if we were to head down there, not hustling, just moving quietly, and got there sometime in the night, we might be able to take him out without any trouble. In character, I'm pretty sure Tom just thinks the best solution is probably just killing them and being done with it. But I don't really, out of character, I don't personally care what we do.
Well, I think at the very least, we should make our way like there, and then kind of at the branch where we would have to choose which way to go, and just kind of assess what they're doing.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Just to clarify, if we do head towards the ruins, would they be able to see us as we move that way?
There's a lot of tree cover between you and this little path trail, the cleared trail area going down. So it's very unlikely. If they ventured far enough, then sure, but that's a risk that you take with any path you take.
That's fair.
Once you get over to the plateau over here, if you go straight across, then yeah, they'll probably be able to see you.
Okay. All right. We'll go with Kevin's plan then. We'll head down to sort of make a decision once we have some more information to work with down that way.
Okay. Are you going to be foraging along the way, or do you want to just make time?
I feel like right now. What are we looking at, like, from our best estimate to, like, about how long it would take us to get? Because you said if we went straight to their camp, we could probably get there before day's over.
Yeah.
If we like hustled.
Getting to where you'd placed it over here, you're looking at about, let's see, almost a day getting there. You can probably get about here with your day. Trying to skirt along the trees, you'd be getting another day, and then on your third day, you'd be getting to the ruins. These times may have changed a little bit as I've gone through them. I'm not actually a hiker, so bear with me on that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have teleport 4. So...
How convenient.
And I assume all of the techniques that allow you to take people with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Feel free to jump into the cosmic blender.
Yeah. Seriously, I trust my own 2 legs a whole lot more than some psycho nonsense.
I just like teleport behind him and be like, "You mean this?" And scene.
Michael barely keeps himself from elbowing him in the face.
I don't know. What do y'all think, guys? I don't think we're gonna have issue foraging when we need to, so I don't know if we necessarily need to be super cautious right now. But I also understand the prudence of being cautious at all times.
We probably
Speaking
should
of foraging, gets one of us a little bit further afield of the others and puts us more at risk from attack, which I'm not really sure I want to do while there's people.
So just normal pace to,
Yeah.
without foraging, to just try to make it to like this little valley area.
Yeah, and then make a decision. All right.
Okay, you guys set off. You do still have to make a survive check for the day, and I will let your survival expert make that check instead of making you all roll it.
Gross.
Oh yeah, you can't have the expert reroll because you've got psychic techniques. All right. I did forget to ask who's got the expert. Techniques.
Actually, shouldn't you have another +1 to that from the survival kit?
Oh, should I?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, don't forget that.
And nobody actually has full expert. Everybody's partial warrior.
No,
No, Jack is full expert now.
That's right.
Oh,
Jack
really?
kind of made a last minute change there.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We'll see how it works out.
So yeah, I totally forgot about my survival kit.
Okay. So that adds it +1, brings it up
Plus
to
one.
7. You guys end up having to double back a little bit, a few times. You're not able to get down the hill quite as quickly as you wanted to, and the most wasted time is having to double back or across the fairly steep decline here. You could take the easy way down and just tumble, but less survival options that way. You don't quite make it as far as you'd hope to by the end of the day.
Okay.
So about where are we then?
About at the
Dust.
green. I moved you back a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, I thought. I mean, that was. Oh, I got you. And so this is at the point where light is starting to disappear, or this is like okay, now it's nighttime.
This is the point where it's going to start getting dark really fast. You guys could continue on if you want to push it.
Okay.
Nope.
Any any unusual activity besides the normal unusual activity as we approached?
Going down the mountain, you're a little bit more preoccupied with getting down safely. You missed, at least you think you missed one of the sway windows. Just weren't looking at the right time. 20 minutes had gone by, and you didn't actually see them swaying at all while you're going down. Once you're down the side, you can't see them.
Okay,
Mhm.
got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
so what was?
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was just gonna ask. What was the decision thing that you were looking for here?
Oh,
Decide which way we go.
well, no, not which way you go, but whether you continue on, whether you press on, force the march, or set up a camp here. You've got a decent spot if you.
Oh no, I was asking Kevin.
Oh yeah.
My bad. You guys are
Sorry,
really good
nah.
role players, and I'm not. You stay in character a lot, so forgive me.
Yeah, I think that's what we're trying to decide.
Yeah. At first, I was kind of hoping we might have a vantage point on them while we're down here, but obviously, that's not good. Um, I don't know. I feel like there's merit. Like there's merit to both decisions. Um, if
Hmm.
we head up there, ultimately, what would our goal be? Uh, I know just assess, but we have to think of like kind of a default. What do we think we're going to accomplish if we go up to them? I feel like the overall uh, kind of consensus is to kill them.
That's just Tom's flat out opinion of the easiest solution.
We have to assess. We got to know something about what's going on.
Mm.
Eliminating
Yeah.
them
We're not
is
really.
an option.
I don't know. I just feel like going to the ruins might shed some light on it that we might not be able to get by just
Could be.
looking at them.
Assuming the runes
Yeah.
have anything to do with anything.
So when
Yeah.
we watched them, we saw that they speak to each other, so we may be able to speak to them.
True, but we're not supposed to reveal ourselves. And if we massacre a camp, who's to say that someone else doesn't come along while we're making it to the ruins and expose us?
That's fair.
I absolutely think that at the very least, like we should investigate them, but I really feel like we should go straight to the ruins first.
If
Alright,
that's
I'm
what we want to do.
If
I'm sufficiently convinced.
If somebody wanted to stop and just take a closer look, that would be fine. Just not be
From
seen.
where we are, kind of down at the bottom of a hill, the only way to take a
Ye-
closer look would be to go there.
Yeah, if we had headed straight there, that might have been easy, but we kind of went the wrong way for that, I think.
And I'm not that great at sneaking around in the woods, so I would take a hard pass on that one.
Well,
I could go that way, but I'm not super. Well,
let's go check out the ruins first. Let's just commit to that. Maybe we'll come back and deal with these people if the ruins
all right.
lead us to that course of
Good.
action.
Keep
Let's
in
do
mind
it.
while making plans that the field radio does have a range of 30 kilometers over
Right.
open terrain. If you're trying to run around behind mountains, it's 2 kilometers.
Right. Yeah, I don't think we want to split up quite that far. So, yeah, I think we should probably all just head for the ruins if we don't want to deal with them now.
Yeah, Michael's not in favor of killing them just yet.
Tom absolutely is, and I'm not. I'm not inclined to of people with fucking spears at my back. But I think I've been outvoted. Just keep in mind when we've got what did you call them again, Cole?
Oh, well, a lot of things. Zombies, Aryans, cannibal, inbred cannibals,
Clones.
clones, robots, brain parasites, hive minds.
Right, the robot clone, brain parasite, alien, inbred cannibals with spears at our backs, and when they're trying to kill us, just
Cultists.
I'll remind you we could have cultists. Just let remind you we could have avoided this
It's just like,
by just
it's
sneaking
just
in
like-
and killing them.
Ticking off his fingers, like what? Well, you know that old adage: if your enemy can see you, then you can see them, or however it goes. So
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Let's just head for the ruins.
we can't see them right now, so they can't see us.
They couldn't see us earlier. While we could see them.
Yeah. That doesn't count, though. We had binoculars.
Don't confuse him.
God,
Yeah.
I wish I was still working for the mob.
You know,
All right, let's
mean,
go.
We're at a point now where we could press on, or we could just go ahead and set up camp, and then maybe at first daylight we could have like a small recon party go up there while I could try to just
I
forage.
guess how far are we from their camp right now?
Right now, you're looking at about 20 kilometers.
Because we'd still be kind of.
Actually, maybe more
mean-
like between 15 and 20.
So I feel like we'd still sort of be in range of the radios because we've got trees, but it's not like we've got.
A mountain.
Yeah.
There might be a few clearings where it's easier to. Do you want to try to do that? Jack and Michael?
I'm not one for being quiet. I wouldn't be the best to go on something like that. But I'm fine with that happening.
I'd say that if we're going to do it, it would be me and you, Tom, that would go. But I'd like to still, I mean, as a group, I think if we're going to do it, we should all do it as a group. Me and Tom are the front men, are the point people up front, but still be, close enough that we can
Get some support from
reconvene
you.
and, yeah, like, if we need you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ugh, damn it, Tom! I'll let you get in my head. We're going to the ruins.
You're the psychic, not me. How am I
I mean-
getting? How am I getting in your head?
Out of character, the time delay isn't just in terms of what time we have, in character, but we also have only so much time to play the game tonight, and I would like to move forward. I feel like we're spending an excessive amount of time over analyzing a decision that we've already outvoted and agreed on.
Yeah,
I'd like
that's
to
true.
move forward with the story.
All right, let's just go to the ruins then, if that's what people want to think is the best option.
That's good with me.
You guys got your heads down on that decision.
Yep.
Set up guards.
Mhm.
Yes.
New development in the night. You hear the sounds of a bird. Sounds like a very large bird.
Ooh.
But well, I'll let anybody who wants to look for it give a. This would have to be wisdom notice. Squawk is correct.
All right.
Was it unusual, like out of place sound, or?
Yeah, it sounded like wildlife.
Oh man,
That's
my notice.
impressive. That's,
I don't notice shit.
Okay.
I mean, out of character, I'm like, oh, the DM mentioned it. I should check. But in character, I'm like, it's a bird. If I've been hearing birds before.
You have
I'm
been
not-
hearing
Not on
birds.
this planet.
And I will throw red herrings at you. This is a red herring by getting all of your bad rolls out of the way.
Hmm.
I mean,
I'm not sure Michael even woke up.
it could be an alpha predator. We don't know what
That's a bird.
what the ecosystem is like here.
Yeah, we don't know shit about.
The survivor, Sage, can at least kind of pick some things out from the sound. It is noteworthy because it's larger than just your average sparrow. It has the squawk sound of a very large bird. The
Okay,
dire
but
sparrow.
Pterodactyls.
You
Dire
guys stick
pigeon.
with your decision to keep moving towards the ruins?
Mhm.
Okay.
yes.
Yes.
Let's throw another survive check out there. Before he does roll that, does anybody want to try and assist him with that? Does anybody have any skills that they think would be able to help him with it? This is just navigation at this point and trying to avoid doubling back at all.
Nope.
Alright.
Yeah, go ahead, Jack.
Yep, go
No,
ahead and
I
roll
just-
survive.
I'm just realizing, why haven't I been re-rolling every one of these rolls? They're all been different scenes. I'm playing an expert. God damn it! New
Yep.
character and forgetting to use my cool power. That was the whole point.
You are the expert.
I think he's fine.
He's fine. There are no setbacks along the way, and you're able to put yourselves in small breaks right by good berries. So, Jesus Christ, not good berries, but yeah, tasty berries.
There's been a ranger here.
You're.
Hmm.
Were you taking the long way along cover, or were you going straight across?
Cover.
Like
Cover's
the-
probably smartest.
Yeah, definitely along the tree line.
Okay.
Don't want spears in our back.
You make a little bit more distance than you're expecting. And come to the same decision point. Do you want to keep going as the light is quickly fading, or do you set up camp at an appropriate spot?
I think we should double back and deal with people. No, I don't have an opinion.
I don't know. We're making good time. I mean, as long as we're following the tree line.
No one feels like wiggling in the night, do they?
Nobody feels like wiggling in the night.
No, I've been.
And Sage has got a good enough memory for where this tree line was that he can probably navigate this pretty easily, even in the dark.
Hmm.
We might as well make a little bit of extra ground.
All right. I'm fine with that. Still awake enough.
Yeah, let's push it while we're doing good.
Could use a damn coffee, but hey, out here in a frozen wasteland anyway.
Don't like hiking in the dark, but hey, I'll play along.
Man, you don't like nothing.
Well, I won't disagree with you.
Alright. Char, roll an exert check for me. Con exert. Everyone else take a point of system strain.
Okay.
Why did he get to roll?
Because he has exert.
That's fair.
You've made enough distance that if that memory is correct, and if you make as good of a trek the next day, you guys can reach the ruins by nightfall.
At any point during our trek, have we like reestablished sight lines to the camp over here?
At various points, yes, but that is one of the places where what he was trying to say earlier does come into play. You can see them, they can see you. So
Yeah, but so it's just kind of like intermittent every now and then kind of.
right, instead of going up a steep hill, Sage takes you around, and you're out there in the plains, because it was certainly faster that way. But he quickly gets you back over to cover and obscurity.
Good man.
Bed down, set up guards for the night?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say so.
Any important conversation that has to happen?
Let's talk about movies some more.
Should we have a kind of like we don't really know what to expect at the ruins? Should we have maybe kind of a backup default plan B in case something really shitty happens?
Like a rendezvous point?
Yeah, something like that. Something like, are we going to default to like escaping, or are we going to default to murder hobo? Like, what's our default kind of should an emergency happen?
Plan B is run for the hills.
Do we want to run for the hills or something that we could actually find each other in?
Preferably somewhere where we could get lost as easily as possible. No, but probably just back to where we're camping for the night.
Sure.
That's Michael's 2 cents.
So kind of make our emergency protocol be escape and subterfuge.
Well, I mean, I think if you're talking about if fighting breaks out, like if we encounter something hostile, I say, we defeat it. We engage because
If we
the end
are
goal.
right, if we're obviously outmatched, otherwise we should. Like, if we run, that means something knows we are here. That is not a good thing.
Right, that's plan B. Kill it.
Plan A
as
is plan A.
Well, I feel like plan A is approach, assess, remain undetected, and then decide what to do.
Mhm.
So plan B is if we're, and then maybe plan B is if we're detected and hostilities break out, return fire if we can, win. Plan C if we're in danger, separated, whatever, and we cannot achieve a victory, fall back to the rendezvous point.
Fine by
Alright.
me.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, just wanted kind of a skeletal outline just in case. I think that's sufficient.
All right. You guys set guards, set watch again. You hear more of that screeching, squawking. It's louder now.
Cole's watching the skies during his watch.
With his sniper rifle, just looking through the scope into the sky.
No, yes, no, not through the scope, but he's like looking around at the sky and then like looking for like shadows on the ground of something big flying over, And then occasionally, every now and then, he's just checking his skin for worms.
Well, go ahead and give a notice check, wisdom notice, and I'm not going to tell you which of those things he's trying to find.
Um, yeah, decent. I'll take it. The one time I'm thinking about re-rolling.
Okay. Cole is able to see movement in the sky closer to the mountains. It's actually a bit farther up and near the top of these ridges here. I'll just put the blue
Oh.
marker over it.
And it was large enough that I could observe it unaided from here.
You can see it blotting out stars here and there.
There
So
be
you're not
dragons
able
here.
to directly see it, but you can see it because, well, it's eclipsing, the stars.
Right.
Stars are huge.
It's gotten bigger.
Some kind of elder gods from the void.
It's a bird. Fuck.
No, but yeah, so that seems like a pretty sizable creature, right? Like
It does look like a pretty sizable creature.
something large
Can
enough
birds
to
get
engage a
brain
man.
boils too?
Mm-hmm. Especially given the distance.
All right.
And it's the cawing and is louder slash closer slash more frequent at this point.
Not more frequent,
Yeah.
just louder and closer.
No, we're just heading in that
Okay.
direction. It's over. We were here, now we're here, and this is where we're seeing it. So we're moving. We're just moving in its direction.
Yes. You guys break camp in the morning.
We just see a scene where you cut in the middle of me in mid sentence and being like, and I'm telling you guys, it was big, big motherfucker. Like,
Oh, sorry about that.
yeah, no, it's just like a little flavor.
Let me guess, Cole. Space dragons.
Oh, you said it. I'm like, hey, my hands are up. I'm like, hey, your words, not mine.
I'm digging
I
it.
just about like after all of these crazy conspiracy theories, he says like one thing, and you're like, Psh, everyone knows those aren't real.
We'll get there eventually.
Okay, you set out.
I believe so.
Let's see if Sage can keep up the pace. Let's get one more survive check on here.
I never said I was eating, but I guess I will have partaken.
If you want to have not eaten, then we'll roll some more exert checks and.
Ugh,
Flex.
Oof.
If I flex hard enough, I'm not.
that's the
hungry.
worst. Literally.
Oh. Um.
I'm gonna use my secret psychic ability to steal Jack's character's reroll ability.
I mean, if you were precog, you basically could not steal it, but have the same thing, basically.
You
But
get
that's not you.
you get hung up. You find some fissures running along the ground that are just too wide to get across and look pretty deep. You're either spending time to get across them or you're going around. Either way, you lose a little bit of that time. You're not making it to the ruins strictly by nightfall. You can press on again if you want to, however. The last little bit is going uphill.
So
we
pressing
really-
on, would it get us there?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless you
And
fall
we'd
in
be
a hole or
getting
something.
there. Well, do we need to make another check if we press on to get there?
Michael will be making another exert check. Everyone else will be taking a system strain.
Right. And then if we did this, when would we be getting there in terms of level of night cover of night? Is this dusk after dark?
No, it'll be dark. You're pushing up against dusk right now.
Sure.
you're-
So here's my thoughts to the group. We talked about wanting to maybe we talked about maybe wanting to check for fires or whatnot. If we approach at night, we see less unless it's inhabited, in which case we benefit from cover of night and we can see that they have lights on or whatnot. However, if there's maybe natural predators or something that doesn't need light sources, then we're at the disadvantage. So
Like that bird
Um,
that's going overhead and calling during the night, which is almost certainly.
and that thing's huge.
Right.
Let me tell you,
No.
I saw it with my eyes.
Okay.
I'm gonna get snatched up by a nocturnal
With my-
space dragon.
With my good eye, as he points to his right side of his.
Both of them are good.
Don't you always look up through here with your left eye? Never
We're
mind.
getting off focus. We're getting off track here. Which way do we want? Do we
Let's
think?
push it?
Do we want to push it?
Or sorry, I meant no, don't push it.
I mean, I got plenty of system strain to spare.
What the fuck is system strain?
And are you making fun of my accent?
It's kind of like exhaustion.
I'm sorry.
You've got as much.
Sorry,
as you
I'm
have
very
constitution.
I'm very impressionable.
It's next to your hit points. It's like exhaustion. You have as much as you have constitution.
What are hit points?
I think this is an out of character, in character conflict here.
Oh,
I think down here at the bottom, I think this would be a good place to set up like a small camp that we can use as like our
yeah.
fallback point should we get separated.
All right, and wait till tomorrow to approach.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys rest. You can remove that 1 point of system strain you took. Eat one more day of rations.
You think they might have any fast food in these? I could really go for a McDonald's. That's a lie. I only eat Hardee's. Let's see. We're down half our rations now.
You're down half your
Yup.
rations.
Great.
Through the night, you hear the squawking again, just rolling and bouncing down the mountain. Excuse me. You can technically get a look over at the camp, but the way you're positioned and the trees, you've only got a couple of angles and only if somebody's standing up. Anybody who is deciding to watch the camp, it does not see anything.
Okay.
Does not see anything at all or anything of note.
You actually don't even see any of them more than once or twice when they come into those limited angles of view.
I got you. Okay, so like we could maybe like see that there are still people there, but like there's no good.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I'd have been a little freaked out if we had like a view of the camp and nobody's in it anymore.
No, they appear to still be there.
This whole time they were just psyching us out.
They're like, dude, they're watching us. You ready?
I mean, that would be creepy as hell if we looked back and all of a sudden they were gone, right? Because it's like they're following us. Can I get a glimpse of the creature in the skies this night?
You can give it another try. It's a little bit easier.
I want to use my reroll. Expert.
It is a little bit easier, and you can see it again. It still looks big.
Can I get any better sense of the comparison to the size of a human? Is it the size of a human, the size of a car, the size of a bus?
Now here's where I get in some trouble with the Stars Without Number Discord. Let's get a straight intelligence check on that.
Okay. So just anything that would be equal to. There's no clickable like intelligence check.
Yeah, no,
No.
there's no clickable.
That's
So,
all.
I
So
just roll 2d6 plus int, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm just gonna roll a flat 2d6. I'll just do it. Old school. 7.
Okay. It's difficult to make out, but you would definitely say it is larger than a person.
Is it larger than a bread box?
It's larger than a bread box.
Okay.
Larger than a person, but I don't know how much larger.
No.
Okay.
Is
You're
it
not
made?
quite making the distance spatial mental maths to give it anything better of a size range
That's okay.
than Andre the Giant to T-Rex. Somewhere in that range.
Well, it's gonna be, again, I caught a fish this big story in the morning. Every time I tell it, it gets bigger.
Yeah, Tom isn't actually paying attention at this point. He personally just thinks it's like a large vulture or something, and Cole's just making shit up. So, right.
Who took 7 damage?
His intelligence.
God, can he afford to lose that much?
Barely.
Brainworms! I was right.
Just didn't realize you already had them.
I'll let Cole describe the result of that check when he wakes up. It's morning. He wakes up.
Yeah, man. I just talk about seeing the thing again and how it's so huge.
Uh-huh.
You guys, did you see it?
Sure did.
We need to watch out. It seems to be nocturnal, so we don't hear it during the day.
Mm.
Just be careful on your watches. You don't draw its attention. It'll swoop down from those mountains. It'll pluck you right up, carry you right back up there.
Right. I'm sure he will, and then he'll eat us, probably, or feed us to his young, who are also infested with mindworms.
You're really caught up in those mindworms, aren't you?
Or they caught up in him.
Ignore the psychic.
To the
He doesn't know
ruins!
shit.
You've got just, go ahead.
No, it's ruins.
You've got just a couple of hours of climb ahead of you. Less if your survivor can make up for yesterday. Get one more survival roll, and I apologize for making this a stream of rolls just getting over here.
That's what you have a guide for. Too bad we didn't get a better one.
Pacha! God damn it!
That is actually still enough.
Literally the second worst roll I could get.
Is it? Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. You're not going to be needing to make any survive checks to traverse regular terrain anymore around here. You've gotten a good enough feel for the land is sloping this way. There's going to be something over there. Avoid it. Go around. You make it up to the ruins. Ruins. Where are my ruins? Where'd my ruins go? There we go.
The ruins are gone. Wrecked. Radio back.
Well, that was fun.
Let's go kill those natives. I'm angry.
You see standing stones, and I don't mean like England standing stones, just stones that were once part of structure. It's kind of nestled into a little, just a little hug from the mountain behind you and the hill that you just came up. You can clearly see down into them. It looks about the size of, I can't even remember the right words for this. It wouldn't even be a village. You'd get like maybe 3 buildings, and you can also see a couple of entrances into the mountain that look like they've crumbled and collapsed in on themselves.
So, inside the ruined structures, is there anything at all left? Any like remains of foundations or these pretty primitive structures? You saying?
They're not primitive structures. There are remains of foundations. Looks like it actually was probably 3 buildings.
Okay.
Spaced decently far apart. You've got 20 meters between any one of these buildings, or what's left of them.
Now, Mission Command detected some kind of signal coming from here, right? That let them know there was something pre-tech here?
No, they basically lucked into seeing these ruins here and said, you guys are going to go find out what's going on over there.
Oh, okay.
Remember, your shuttle was on a very, very rough time crunch. This could be absolutely fruitless for API. You'll get paid anyways, but the shuttle basically had to fly across, avoiding whatever signals there were so that they wouldn't get caught, and just try and map out something that looked like it might be of interest.
Okay.
This was that first location.
Did you say that there was something that goes deeper into the mountains?
There is, and that's actually what triggered Hardball to say, we're dropping you guys on that location, on that site. Is there are clearly, and this is visible from the shuttle, there are clearly 2 entrances into the mountainside that had stone structure girding them and around them, and have collapsed in.
Okay. So I guess we'll take a look into the open one, assuming we didn't find anything inside the building ruins.
Neither of them are open. They're both collapsed.
Oh, you're saying both? There are only 2, and they're both collapsed.
Correct.
So
Now, obviously,
I guess
API is going to want to excavate them, but it'll take some pretty heavy machinery to do that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
All right.
All right,
Any
well,
take a look around for any, signs of traffic or any signs of like maybe a camp or something like that might have been set up.
You do see what looks like excuse me, may have been a circle of stones. It looks pretty obviously like a campfire, but it's got so much dirt over it that those stones may as well have just rolled off the mountain and landed there. You guys are searching around, and let's pick somebody here. Michael finds a soda can. It is fairly old. It itself is biodegrading.
Oh,
What's the brand?
so there's no soda left in it?
There's no soda left in it.
Bummer. Yeah, does it have any identifying markings? Just like Bonnevier, Ola?
It is medium dew.
Medium dew.
Local
That is
craft brew.
I nearly choked on my rice from that. From laughing.
Well, looks like nobody's been here in a while. But they had good taste.
Yeah, but the thing is, someone has been here.
I mean, this stuff's pretty old. Those clothes that those clones are wearing are pretty old. Could be
This
related.
place is it's like a thing lost in time.
Maybe.
That's
They could
true.
think they have some claim to it.
Well,
Maybe
I think
came
they.
out of the ruins.
I think they know about it regardless. It's kind of.
It's likely. Want to say we set up camp here and make it look like this is home.
I feel like we still need to investigate those other residents first before we call in.
Remember, the mission is to make sure, know who has a proper claim, know who else knows, and know how to
Know
get
who
the answer to be
thinks they have a proper claim to the ruin.
right.
Those people may think they do. We don't
Right.
even know if they know about the ruin. We don't know
Well-
hardly anything because we didn't go investigate. We said
Right.
we'd come here first. We're here. We can investigate while we're here, but we got to go check them out too before we call this in.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
too close to not be relevant, to not and be
I think
investigated.
it might be prudent to maybe go ahead and like set up a camp here and leave it so that there's a we can say that that was ours. We've been here.
hmm
That was my
Okay.
list.
And I do. This is if this is a scouting mission, we do probably check out those. We don't.
Breaking up.
We probably do want to check out those caves along the cliff face to the south at some point. They might not be relevant, but they might still be relevant. And at the very least, that tribe or whatever you'd want to call them is. So, do we have enough food to get back out there?
If we
Really?
slow our pace down a bit, I think we'll be fine.
Because we can scavenge,
Yeah.
forage.
All right.
After today, you'll have 2 days worth of food in rations form.
Well, I mean, I feel like today we've not traveled a lot. I could probably scavenge, right?
You could.
While we set up the camp.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's put.
Ooh, can I go with him to scavenge so that I can try to make a shoot test to assist by hunting with my sniper rifle? So I can re-roll if I fail.
You didn't happen to buy a silencer for that, did you?
Do you know how many credits that would have been? An extra 400 credits on a silencer?
Yeah, you totally can though. You can kind
Just
of fight a
pow!
Great. Let's alert the whole valley.
Look, I've got a pistol too. It's not silenced, but
Okay.
I'll hand you my laser rifle. That's fucking.
fine.
and has the advantage of partially cooking the meal already.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess we'll pull out the Insta panels and start setting them up.
Mm.
Okay. Are you trying to do anything special with them?
Let's see. They come out 2 meters on a side. So, got 6 of them.
Unless we
Probably-
have more tools, we're not going to be able to make a large. Does anyone have a meta tool or a toolkit of some?
Mm,
How much money do you
No.
think we had going in?
no, I think what we
Alright,
probably-
so,
you know what?
I'm-
I forgot that it requires a meta tool. They gave you a meta tool also.
Okay.
Okay.
That
So
was my oversight.
probably we would just what would be most plausible with this I guess surface area of shelter is some sort of lean-to that would have a little room for
We
sleeping.
we could build on one of those foundations.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
but-
think also you should save 1 or 2 panels to like set up some sort of like
Table.
yeah, that's the word. Like a table of some sort to make it look like it's actually a live-in space, not a temporary structure.
Right. We can.
Mhm.
We'll just build like off the most intact, stable foundation, and then get the biggest building we can out of that.
Welcome to our long-term home. Would you like to see our table?
If any of you feel particularly artistic, you can use any of the space over here to once again playing Sims, draw your home. That was Cole and
At least one chair.
Okay. We also have some other stuff too, from the survival kit, I assume, like a tarp. We've got a tarp. Who wants a fucking tarp? Okay.
Set a tarp up like it's a water catcher. So like that's definitely a something that you would need.
Yeah, we can deal with the natives first, and then swing by the cave after.
So I'm gonna take these panels off of my list and 3 of the power cells off of my list.
Okay.
And hand that to y'all.
Let's get that shoot check from Cole to assist the survive check for scavenging.
So, question before I do that. Alternatively, we keep talking about quietness and not scaring the beasts away or whatever. Instead of shoot, could I roll sneak?
I would allow that.
Cool. My score isn't quite as good, but I do specialize in it and can roll 3d6. So.
Oh, could I have gone instead and roll punch?
No.
Uh,
You can punch the shelter together.
Okay.
Here is my sneak to assist.
all right. Sage is making a survive check.
Do I get +1, or do I
If
just
you
roll
do-
it normally? And
Yeah, roll it normally and I will modify.
I think we're good.
We capture the legendary flying beast. We slay it.
guys, I caught Moltres.
Right.
You do come back with a couple of pudgy boars. As long as you can cook them, which you should be able to with a survival kit, you guys actually have added a whole extra day. You're fed yourself for a day and added a whole extra day.
Great.
Woohoo!
I say we set up a fucking cooker and start smoking. Make sausage and bacon for the winter.
You can work on that. We'll go deal with the natives.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
And you're not going to need to roll any more survive checks to scavenge as you go. You will slow down minorly, just because you got to go out of your way a couple times here and there. But you can scavenge and collect food for the day as you go.
All right, I think that'll be our normal plan then. Do the normal, like do the slowed pace, unless otherwise stated. I think we should hold on to our last 3 permanent rations in case we need to pick up the
4.
pace or an emergency.
Last 3.
Well, we have 3 rations and then like meat from the
Mhm.
boars, which isn't really gonna hold like a ration
Well-
would.
We're gonna use the smoker to turn it into jerky. You know. Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You guys are pretty
Yeah.
much good on food for, well, hopefully as long as you need to stay here.
Right. I guess if we can set the panels up easily, probably gather like wood and shit while they're out actually hunting.
Okay.
Maybe we can do something with that at some point.
There certainly is plenty of wood here. It's not what you're used to from Niter Deox or Tetrox, whichever one it is.
Right. I'm from Deox.
Okay.
And I'm from Tetrox, which is a gas giant. They don't have trees.
They probably don't have trees now. They got gas trees.
I mean, we do, but it's like, behind glass in the exhibit in the space station.
You'll have to tell Hawken that. He'll probably like it. Your day is more or less uneventful, but productive. You've brought back the extra food. You've set up your camp there, including table and water catcher. And you've got the makings of a smoker if you were serious about that.
I wasn't.
Okay. I see what you did there.
Yeah, we could maybe move around some of the smaller debris or something to set it up as like seating.
Mm-hmm. As you guys are moving around and setting that up, you notice that one of the stones has pockmarks in it. And they don't look all that unusual until you really look at them. There's just a scattered grouping with a concentration, a greater concentration towards a central focal point. My words are escaping me now. It looks
So like
very
a
much
shotgun
like
blast.
a target for target practice.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
That's interesting.
And this just like one of the larger stones that's just set up, or
It's just one of the larger stones that's just standing up. You look straight
Okay.
back from.
I stand directly in front of the target and inspect it. Interesting with my head right in the middle. No,
then
I don't
blam!
do that.
You look straight back from the grouping of pockmarks, and looking back, you see a fallen stone about 20 meters away. Make a good distance.
We investigate that location.
Okay.
We get a closer look.
And is there any way? I mean, I don't. This is a long shot. Is there any way to tell, like, how old those might be?
That would require some kind of technical or no skills.
Well, I would say this. I will walk up to the where the pockmarks are,
Mhm.
and like dig around in the snow and dirt a little bit below them. Look, do I see any like shell casings? I wish it wouldn't be shell casings. It would be smashed bullets or something, or like
Shot.
after it hits the wall, the bullet smashes and probably would bounce down to the ground. Are there any like remains of ammunition?
You can try and roll a notice check on that. And since
Would that? Go ahead. Sorry.
you've got the same bonus as everyone in the group, so this'll. That is a group
Reroll.
Okay.
I haven't rerolled for this scene yet, right?
Don't
No,
think
it's
so.
actually been a while. Go ahead.
Haha. Expert.
Well, I would feel bad saying, nope, you still don't find anything. But, nope, you still
It's
don't find
okay.
anything.
Yeah.
What you do see, though, is as you're sifting through the snow and inspecting, there's just been, however long ago this was, there's been too much time. There's whatever has moved the snow here has scattered it.
Yeah.
But you do see
That
precious
itself is
metals
information.
in some of those pockmarks.
You see
Whatever.
what?
Lead, or whatever is used for bullets. You see very, very faint trace amounts in a couple of them that have not weathered away completely yet.
Would that be something that we might be able to retrieve and use like my survey scanner to try to see like how old they are, like what they're made of, if they're
You could try doing that. You have a survey scanner to use that?
yeah.
Okay.
That
That
does require no checks.
it is
it
going to
says.
require a no check, but the survey scanner allows you to make that no check.
It's
Though...
just a basic analysis, right? We're just like carbon dating this thing.
Yeah, that's
This thing that's not
simple
made of
stuff.
carbon.
Well, let's go ahead and give it a roll. I don't know the exact science behind it, so I'm going to rely on the dice.
Space magic.
Oh, I gotta. That was anticlimactic. I have to hit submit.
You can confirm with basic analysis that this is a metal commonly used for bullets. So you've
Tungsten.
at least confirmed the assumption.
Depleted.
These are
uranium.
bullets, guys.
Judging by the fact that there weren't any traces left on the ground below, this is a long time ago, just like everything else here.
Yeah,
Let's hope you're right.
I think it's safe to assume that if those bullet marks were after the campsite, then we would have seen some other newer things as well.
It was certainly after this all collapsed.
Let's go take a look over there by that fallen rock where they're probably shooting from.
Okay. I didn't even know you guys had a survey scanner with you.
Mr. Survival Dude.
Yeah.
The one smart one who took an equipment package instead of rolling for credits.
All right. That survey scanner can search for things. I mean, I may be giving a little bit more value to the gravitic readings, but I feel like if it can take gravitic readings, it can act like a metal detector.
Seems legit.
Yeah, it's pretty much like the tricorder, right? Does whatever space bullshit you want it to do.
Mhm.
It's
Um,
multi-purpose.
deep within the undergrowth and packed snow, you are picking up traces of metal over there by that fallen stone. You dig around and you do find some shell casings.
Do I recover any ammo?
You do not recover any ammo.
No secret
Or
cache
green
of
herbs.
guns.
Do we get a typewriter ribbon so we can at least save?
Nope.
Damn.
No buried safe or bug out bag.
Nope.
Man,
Do
I
we
guess it would
get
be safe
a
to assume it could do like a magnetic reading of some sort.
Do we get a pocket PDA with a note about changing your password? So it says the new password. And remember to delete this when you're done. Here's your new password.
uh, that's hilarious. Also buried in the snow is a thunder gun.
yes.
It sounds like he's making
Well-
up stories.
Well, look,
This didn't
Okay.
teach us much.
So there were casings, but they were like well buried.
Yeah, they were under packed snow.
So it's it's probably the same people, right? Because at one point they had military uniforms, probably military weapons. For some reason, they've devolved to using spears, though.
Yeah.
They've
feel
devolved
like-
to using spears and wiggling every 3
Hours and
hours and
27
27 minutes. Yeah.
I mean, if they have guns, they're not gonna just be walking around their camp with them. They'd reserve them for important uses.
Yeah. Instead, they've taken to walking around their camp with spears and wiggling.
Seems like more fun.
And wearing their old clothes instead of fashioning new.
And eating tetra octo rabbits raw.
I
I mean,
It does seem like a stretch, but I feel like the most likely answer is that whoever was here is those people, but it does not appear like they're the same people. Like,
Unless they killed the people and stole their clothes.
that's a possibility as well. I did mention that perhaps they scavenged those clothes.
well, I think
Again, we're adding more variables there, so Occam's razor suggests
Would suggest we need to go fucking investigate the people. Let's go.
we have a camp set up. We can make it look a little lived in. Throw some dirty laundry around in the corners.
We've got our scavenging situation figured out.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a good lay of the land.
all right, I'm gonna go after that bird.
Well, that's exciting too, so I'm down for that too. As long as we get into something interesting.
See you in the next life.
Yeah, so I think after we do this, we'll kind of settle down, stay here. I think we should stay here overnight just to see if anything crazy happens.
Yeah.
One thing, is there any sort of I want to perhaps set up the scanner to be like running near the ruins at about the time that we would expect them to go into trance mode to see if any special readings come out from.
There's another possibility.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I was thinking of that survey kit where each of us has.
Mhm.
Not survival
Nope.
kit. All right, the survival kit that two of us thought to bring. It has. Now, I'm not saying that this is necessarily an important thing we should do, but it has a transmitter in it that broadcasts a signal for 50 kilometers. If there's anyone other than those people in the valley, it should, with access to actual technology, if we set that up somewhere, it could get them moving towards the location we designate.
Well, that would do the opposite of what we want. That would
So
give
we
my
don't-
opposition.
So
Well,
we
I
don't want
think
people with-
I think maybe he's not saying set it up here, but like set it up out somewhere to see if anyone responds, because that would imply that they have the technology to receive the signal.
Right, and then we could kill them when they go to respond.
I think that might be more likely to draw the attention of somebody like Bonavir, though.
If they're within 50 kilometers. It's a 50-kilometer signal.
Sure. Okay. Right. Considering the size of the valley, I get what you're saying. It's not going to go outside the valley.
Right.
Okay. I would rather not do that right now, though. I want to investigate the breadcrumb. We've got this big story chunk that's been dangling in front of us all night. I'd like to interact with it at some
Ignored,
point.
yes,
this
I'm
evening.
aware.
Yeah, I'm also ready to go check out the people.
Yeah, let's go.
All right,
Oh,
so
you
let's go to the
people?
caves.
I thought you were talking about the bird.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the caves.
I'm gonna
I
make
do-
it my mission to never investigate those people.
Let's
I do
stick
think-
Tom in a bag and throw him over the cliff. And then go
This is
check
our
out
friend Lucas. We're glad you've met him. You feel as we do. This is how this goes. But no, I do think we should do it. You should do what you said at night with setting up the survey scanner at the time when we think to. I would be curious to see if we discover anything.
Yeah.
From that survey scanner thing.
Man, no music. Sorry, guys. I even picked out some tracks and just never hit play.
But no.
But you're at the ruins
Oh,
now.
wow.
That's when the music starts.
Guys, do you hear that?
No, you don't. You
Isn't
set the
one of the
service
box
scanner,
music?
unless the service scanner
Yeah.
is set to play music, but that's different. And nobody in this group has no, so
We don't know
let's see.
shit.
Does anybody have an intelligence of 15 or better?
I've got 16, actually.
Okay, and whose voice was that again?
Lucas, Thomas.
And you've actually been the one that's been keeping track of the time. Tom can figure out when the next sway is, and have, let whoever's setting up the service scanner or set it up himself, so that you're capturing that exact time frame that you're expecting them to sway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There
I
are,
feel like at the very least, even if we're not sure what it means, if there is some sort of fluctuation, then maybe it means there is something coming from the room.
Somewhere.
there are no anomalous readings.
Okay.
Hmm.
That rules one thing
Interesting.
out.
Yeah. Ignore the great big red triangle.
Sure.
No, that's what's the the fast clicking noise in the jungle that the predator makes?
Oh,
Oh snap.
I just want to be able to reuse the blue triangle.
Okay.
There we go. Bird.
So,
Okay.
bird of some sort.
Bird just went from
Do you think?
code blue to
Do
code
you think
red.
Do you think the bird might lay claim to these ruins? Will we have to deal with the bird?
So moving on to the thread of people.
All right, that's fair.
You guys set out for them?
I think so.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Having gotten a better lay of the land, Sage is able to make that journey for all four of you with scavenging. along the way, or scavenging,
Mhm.
survivaling, in 4 days.
Terrific.
You hear the bird at night, and I had intended to tell you that you also hear the bird during the day while you're closer. It's noticeably quieter.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Herm.
You mean quieter as we're leaving, or quieter as we got closer?
Quieter in the day.
Quieter during the daytime. But we
Oh.
can hear it during the daytime, which we could not do before.
Quieter as in maybe farther away,
Roger, Roger.
perhaps.
No, actually, when you're this close, you can. Oh Jesus Christ! I'm sorry. I may have gotten carried away there.
I think what he's saying about the bird is that they mostly come out at night. Mostly.
It's not farther away, and you can try to scan the sky for it. But again, I'm gonna have, no matter how many people are doing it, just one person roll. You guys,
Someone else can take their shot if they want.
yeah, you guys are trying to accomplish other things during the day.
Sorry,
Can I-
I drifted off first. Oh, okay.
So I'll flex with it.
Okay, that's a good roll. Somebody during the day is able to see the bird. It is pretty dang big. And immediately after you see it, it's gone.
Mhm.
Or at least it seems like it's gone. You can still kind of see it, but there's definitely something going on that makes it difficult to see.
Hmm.
Optical camouflage. It still blots out the stars though at night.
Memory alteration.
Maybe we do have to check out the bird.
Great.
Too late.
Well, we
You
can-
guys are at the camp now.
We can do that on the way back again. I feel like we should have checked out the camp first somehow. Like that
I mean,
may have
you
been.
say that with the knowledge that we found next to nothing at the ruins. Like,
But now we have a legitimate claim to it.
No, we don't.
Because
Yeah, we
we
do.
built a house.
we built a house.
Great. Right. All right. So we're approaching the camp.
At least some of us built the house while others were digging in the dirt, but yes. We're at the camp.
We were
At the camp.
fighting boars, not
We
digging
brought
in the
you
dirt.
boar.
Yeah, and this is really boring me right now. So
You
let's
guys
end the conversation.
can time your approach to arrive when you want to, basically.
During the swaying.
You want to arrive
Yeah.
during the swaying?
I think we should try to arrive during a swaying, and I think maybe like me and Tom should try to sneak in and observe, see if we can learn anything more about it.
Hmm.
And then when the swaying's over, maybe if we decide this is how we want to proceed, we approach and try to engage socially.
Okay, so
Afterwards.
let's put Tom and I still don't recognize you guys' voices. Who is that speaking? That was Cole?
Cool.
Or not?
Cole.
Yeah. Tom and Cole are approaching the camp while they're in the middle of a sway, and Michael and Sage are staying out of sight.
Yeah.
Okay. Cole and Tom, you are agreeing this is not to scale.
Okay.
Sure. And we're approaching stealthily.
Okay.
Yes.
Why don't we go ahead and get some rolls on that?
Do you want us both to roll, or do you want one to roll for the group with the other assisting?
No, this time I do want you both to roll for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Very good.
Specialists.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, both specialists. Nice.
I rerolled a 1 on that too.
You guys both creep creep up to. I mean, you kind of had a little bit of an idea of the layout of the brush around, so you had an advantage going into this, and you're using that to its fullest extent. Getting up there, you see them all standing there swaying, based on. Well, Tom is with you. Tom, based on your estimation, you've got about 5 minutes left.
All right.
Do they seem to be looking at one thing altogether, like in unison?
They do not.
Are they
Do they
making?
Go ahead.
Sorry, are they making any noise while they're doing this?
They're not.
Do they seem to be cognizant? Are they aware of what's in? Are they seeing, like, or are their eyes like googly eyed and like spasming off to the side?
Their eyes appear to be just wherever they were aimed. If one is looking at one of the octo rabbits it was carrying, it's still looking at the octo rabbit.
What? You just broke up a bunch right there. I have no idea. You
Oh,
said
sorry.
something.
I think it was on your end. He was fine for us.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll repeat that. Their eyes are looking at probably whatever they were looking at before they started swaying. What you see, as an example, one is holding up an octo rabbit to do something with it, or he's just looking at it, but he's still looking at it.
Hmm.
We don't feel anything strange compelling us to do any swaying.
You don't feel any compulsion?
I'm going to pick up a rock and just sort of toss it out between a couple of them. Not like trying to hit anyone, not drawing, like making sure I don't draw attention to myself, but give them like some what might be considered a stimulus to see if they react at all.
Okay. You toss a rock into their little camp, not hitting any of them, not trying to actually knock any of them over, and they continue to sway.
Okay.
Are there still exactly 13 of them?
There are still exactly 13 of them.
Now that we're closer, one thing you mentioned before as a detail was their eyes. Can we see, do their eyes look normal?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you said they were dark. Are they like completely like black? Like, are they rotted out or something? Or are they just
No, now
have
that you're
dark
closer,
colored
you've got
eyes?
full light, you can see that they're just dark brown eyes.
Okay. So they're not
normal.
Aryan.
They're not
Yeah.
Aryan.
Okay.
And you're saying they're normal eyes that are just dark brown, not like
Yeah.
they're dark brown zombie eyes, all saggy and dark.
No sagging.
Okay.
Okay. And I guess if we're closer to camp, do I notice anything else about it that I didn't from further up on the hillside?
Yeah, you actually do. From the hillside, it might have appeared that the swaying was to some breeze or something, but now that you're right up close and you're sitting here staring at them, analyzing them, they are swaying in unison. You can confirm that. They are all swaying at exactly the same time, exactly the same direction.
Exactly the same direction?
Yes. Well, no, as each other. They sway in different directions. But if they start to sway to the left, they all sway to the left.
To their
Alright.
own left.
They're synced. The other thing that you notice is they are not swaying in sync with any wind.
Is it a pattern? Like a recognizable pattern, like, or is it like a seizure that they're all having the exact same seizure, or are they swaying like to a rhythm or in like a Morse code or something? You know.
That would probably take a bit longer to observe.
All right. Is it? I guess like, do they sway at in like the same rhythm, or is it more of like a staccato? Like they might jerk a bit more.
From what you've seen here, you haven't seen any particular rhythm jump out at you. They're not spasming, they're not jerking. It's just like reeds swaying in the water, except there's no water current, there's no air current that's guiding how they move.
Okay.
And if there was any pattern to it, it's too subtle for us to observe. And
Unfortunately, yes.
this, yeah. What do you think? I guess.
Got
We
about
split
2
up the
minutes of
field
swaying
radios,
left.
right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we have a radio set up to call back to the other two, so we're like, we describe everything we say, and then end always with a.
Hmm. They don't react to the radio being on nearby, do they?
I wouldn't be doing it close enough for them to hear.
Okay. They do well.
Because we're still hidden. We're still. I haven't left the bushes, essentially,
Hmm.
or whatever I'm hidden in. What do you guys think we should do?
We've got what, like 2 minutes before the before they stop.
1 minute 49 seconds. 48.
Are there any? There's no houses to sneak into, are there?
No.
Should we come in there and sway too, and then pretend like we were always there and see what happens?
If you think so.
I don't think I'd quite blend in.
Yeah, they got uniforms, and our uniforms don't match.
I think you should come back, and we could plan perhaps a plan of attack for the next sway.
Roger that. Falling back to Team Blue.
All right. Let's move.
We fall back before they stop swaying. I would like to stay long enough from a distance where I can see if when they stop swaying, if they seem to have noticed that rock or come chasing after us or anything. Just.
Okay, so you want to move to, you only got a minute and a half left, move to a vantage point where you can see what happens when they stop swaying?
Yeah, I mean, I want to fall back to the max as far as I can, where I can still just once the sway stops, just to see, do they suddenly go jerk out of it and go, that guy threw a rock at us from someone from that direction. Let's all run that direction, I just want, or do they go back to their business? And as soon as
maybe they knew what was going on but couldn't react yet.
right, yeah, were they in a hold person spell or yeah?
So what
I
you
don't know.
see when they come out of the sway from your vantage point, Tom's probably keeping a bit closer since you're not going back quite yet, I'm assuming?
I'm Cole, but
Cole's the one that's watching, right? You got the names right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cole, yeah. Sorry.
That's fine. They immediately resume what they were doing, except for those that were looking in the direction of the rock. You see one of them walk over and pick it up and toss it to another one. That one tosses it to another one. And they play a quick game of catch with your rock.
Do they talk to each other at all?
No, they're not talking too much right here.
Okay, they're just playing a mundane game of catch.
They're just playing a mundane game of catch. They are talking to each other, but they're not talking to about this rock.
Right.
The chatter that you're able to see, it looks like the exact same. They're talking to each other as they were before.
Real quiet. Actually, should I go in and see if I can hear what they're saying?
Terrible idea.
Okay, follow me back. We rendezvous.
You guys regroup.
Well, good job, guys.
All right. As interested as I am in knowing what the heck is going on. As far as the mission is concerned, I'm almost with Tom at this point. Like, wait till they go catatonic and then just kill them.
Ah, great. You're finally seeing reason.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
Uh,
It'll be easy.
for what it's worth, we don't have to kill all of them. We want to interrogate.
Kill all but one.
Oh, yeah. Ugh, that kind of sounded like I was all excited about that. Sorry. I don't want to come off creepy, guys. It's just, that does sound like very safe for us and a very effective way to achieve our goal. I didn't want to just act like I had like a murder boner or something. I don't want you guys thinking I'm like a psychopath.
It's fine. I've worked.
Totally.
I think you broke up right there.
It's fine. I've worked with plenty of psychopaths.
I hadn't noticed.
You're not very self-aware then. Let's see. We don't necessarily if you want to be more nice about it, we don't necessarily have to kill them when we go in. I can take them out without permanently ending them. Though it would be a lot easier and probably say an option.
If we had enough rope, we could tie them all up, but I didn't buy rope.
I have a tarp.
Yeah, but that's
Oh wait,
not
no,
made
I
for
don't.
mine.
I don't have a tarp anymore. I put that in the fucking thing. Kevin has a tarp. Sage has a tarp.
Let's see.
Okay,
That's
I guess.
Actually, I want to check. I'm going to check what I have in. Go ahead. And
Do
keep
we
talking.
want to actually attempt to communicate with them?
I think we should make some attempt, whether
Okay.
it's before or after committing genocide.
Yeah.
Yeah, like was mentioned. I mean, we could knock a bunch of them out, keep one to interrogate, and then if we don't like the answers, shoot them all in their sleep. Not any worse than shooting them in a trance.
Or we could send one of us in while the rest of us stay hidden. Let them talk, and then.
I'd rather us
kill-
all be there if we're going to attempt to communicate.
Yeah.
I don't want 13 people to suddenly go spear mode on one person.
We could. I mean, we got the timing down pretty good now. We could go in 1 minute before, or like 90 seconds before the trance, and be like, see if they're hostile or not. And then, if they are, when they shut down, just
That's actually
shut
I
them
think
down.
that's probably the best idea.
I like
but
that idea. Yeah, go and see what happens when we show up to communicate, and if we don't like it, well, they've got 1 minute to do something about it, and then
Mhm.
Plan A established.
You guys wait.
When we
until-
do this, yeah, well, wait. When we go, we're going together, but I'm going to be further back. I have a long range. I'm going to support you from a distance.
Thrilling.
And I'm going to spend a minute preparing before you make contact. So I can do an execution shot as my first attack. If we need.
That technically I can probably do the same thing, but if I don't, it won't help. I need to be next to them. If they're not expecting it, though, I can just strangle one really quickly.
Sucker punch to the esophagus.
Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna like try to make our way to like the outskirts of the camp, and
Okay.
then try to make our approach with just like a minute or two before scheduled sway time.
90 seconds to spare. Yeah.
And who's
Okay.
the face?
And all but Cole are Approaching, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to be in a position where I can provide sniper support.
Okay.
Preferably actually try to do the sniper move on my first shot if combat breaks out, or if they give me a signal.
Okay. Cole sets up. He's got himself a nice little position. The other three of you approach the camp. Are you trying
I'm
to
in
be?
position.
Are you trying to be sneaky about
Copy.
it?
Let the face decide.
All right. Be sneaky about our approach.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the face?
I don't think we really have one, but I don't think we should be sneaky. I think we should just walk in like, "Hey neighbors," and see what happens.
All right.
In the absence of a quote unquote skilled face character, I think the face should be the guy with with the warrior reroll and the diehard ability. I'm just saying we kind of do
Yeah.
have a tank here.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be in there. I just mean, who's gonna do the talking? Because it should
You.
not
You are.
Yeah, I think you should be the frontmost because we the other guy's a very fragile doctor who can bring you back if you do go down,
be.
and
Okay.
a sneaky DPS guy who isn't as tanky as you. So I think you
Consensus.
should. I think you should do it.
So I will take that on. Just keep your fingers close to the trigger.
I'm watching
Trust
at all
me.
times. Just give me the sign.
All right.
Michael's like, or Thomas
the
is like,
sign?
my fingers are the triggers.
You walk up, and you're not trying
Yep.
to make any quiet movements about it.
No, and to be clear, all of my weapons are not obvious. They're stowed away.
Okay. Are they actually stowed?
Yes, which being a gunslinger doesn't matter much.
Oh, right. Okay.
But yes, I just trying not to go in pointing guns at them to start with.
Thomas can't help his two guns are always on the show.
And what
So,
about Sage?
Sage normally has the laser rifle strapped to him, but if we want to put away all weapons, he can stow it.
It's up
Stow it in
to-
his backpack.
Okay.
As we kind of just want to walk up with no weapons in sight?
I mean, I'm doing it because I can. You could walk behind me and sort of try to conceal it. I don't know.
I'll
want you to-
stow it. It'll be fine. It's basically useless on me anyway.
All right.
The
So, up we
first one of them that sees you as you're approaching freezes. She looks at you and then she starts backing away.
Um,
You can
I'll-
clearly see fear on her face.
I raise my empty hands in a non-threatening.
He's got a weapon!
You know,
yeah, I'll-
this is already. It's better than the alternative of them pointing at you and going.
yeah. Some unearthly screech. Yeah, I'll raise a hand and call out, "Hello there. How are you doing?"
She is turned away now and is moving quickly to. She was kind of coming down the path, and moving quickly to the first other of them that she sees, and you can hear them. Well, she starts chattering. Not chittering,
Okay.
but she's starting to talk. Are you continuing
Okay.
to approach?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess slowly.
Wait, talking to us or to someone like one of the
Some
others?
other guys.
I just
Okay.
didn't want to start having her go into a great big long spiel while you're standing there. We want to do something.
No, yeah, still approaching. Trying to just
Okay.
trying to call out to her.
You hear in an odd accent, but understandable. She basically is alerting the nearest person that there's a stranger approaching. strangers are approaching.
Hmm. I'm and don't need any trouble. We just uh, wanted to say hi. Um,
Did any of you bring candy?
yeah,
Um,
just trying to,
we
thought about-
have rations.
We have boar meat. Maybe, I don't know. We probably ate that. That stuff was pretty good.
yeah, that's good. Would you like some food? I'll call out.
The alert, not quite an alarm, but word of there being strangers, you can hear it passing among the 13 of them, um, very quickly. And the first one that you saw, the woman, is kind of stopped backing away from you after she told someone else, and she's looking at you. Who are you?
We are your neighbors. We thought it fit to come and say hello.
Takes a tentative step forward as you see a couple of guys come rushing up from behind her.
And are they carrying weapons?
Yeah, they are.
Okay. I just say, we're from over in the mountains, and we had noticed their presence and thought we should introduce ourselves.
She starts to respond, and then the two guys with the spears uh, move past her, and she kind of shudders and lets them get to it. The
Are they like charging us?
no, they're
Oh,
not charging. They're
actually-
just coming in front of her.
Okay.
Now that we're closer to them, are their features identical, similar?
Well, you know what? When you were looking at them from the brush while they were in their trance, you could swear they were identical.
Hmm.
And now that they are approaching us with spears,
They still look identical.
great.
Almost. Yeah, almost identical. Obviously, some of them have feminine proportions, and some of them have masculine proportions.
Right, right. I guess I was just talking about the ones of the same
Well,
sex.
I'm going further than that because even
There's a
the
moment. Wait,
males and
before you
females-
tell us, I just there's a moment where the camera snaps back to Cole in the trees, looking at how they're all the same, and it's like you see him go and scope to one to another, and he goes, "They're all the same. They're doppelgangers. It's doppelgangers. They're just imitating one human they saw."
You couldn't have stuck with the clone thing?
Oh, makes sense.
um,
Which, by the way, I'll say there was a predetermined signal that I can make that will cue him to shoot somebody who's threatening us,
yeah, that's fine.
just in case.
The similarity does transcend gender also. The females are a little bit more masculine in form, and the men are a little bit more feminine in form.
Mhm.
They're not. They haven't turned into one gender, but
So they're just kind of androgynous.
almost androgynous.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of androgynous. And you do notice some very tiny little differences. One might have a little bit of a mole, and it's in a slightly different spot on another one.
Hmm.
They're not absolutely perfectly identical.
Great. But they're almost
Almost.
perfect.
So are the spear wielders saying anything, or
Yes.
just standing between
Nope.
us? Okay.
One of them, they're not holding them threateningly, and one of them kind of steps forward and says, "Who are you?"
My name is Michael. What's your name?
I'm Frank. Frank?
Good to meet
Frank.
you.
Yeah, I'm Frank.
Um,
He looks at you, looks past you.
Was that like actually his response? Like he had to think about it for a second?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you come from the outpost?
Uh,
Um.
what? I'm sorry. Go ahead and keep talking.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That's all right. Michael would say, that depends. Do you mean the outpost over at the base of the mountains?
He looks past Michael, searching the sky seemingly, and nods his head, relaxes his grip on the spear a little bit.
Yes. Then
Hmm.
that is the outpost of which we spoke.
Well, join us, I guess. We have
We would go.
food here. We have weapons. You'll be safe.
We would gladly join you. We have some food of our own as well. Is
He
this where
starts
you
swaying.
live?
Right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, that took a little. Well, that was not. Well, at least we know they speak our language. That's something.
Man, that caught me off guard. I forgot they were gonna do the swing. Oh, that's a little unsettling, but I turn to the other two and just lower my voice significantly, and
I
kind
don't
of
think they
ask,
can hear us, mate.
Well, just in case, don't want them to get the wrong idea.
I wave my hand in front of the guy or one of the guy's faces.
Yeah,
No change.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we do kind of want to make sure that we play it off like we weren't expecting this, so they don't figure out we've been spying on them for days.
Honestly, they might think it weirder if we notice anything.
Maybe, unless
I don't know. I
they're
kind of
perfectly
want
aware
to.
that it
I kind
happens.
of want to bring it up to see if they realize that they're doing it.
Oh yeah, I think that would be the most natural response.
Well, since I'm right here anyway, I'm actually. Wait. Sage, you're the Sawbones here.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you give this guy a bit of a physical, see if there's anything you can tell about him, since we're right here. Any
I don't
weird
think he
physical?
can turn his head and cough.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
I can try punching him in the dick if maybe that'll give a reaction.
you act like I'm a doctor. I mean, I could heal you, sure, but that doesn't mean I'm a doctor. I don't really know how it works. It just works.
That is incredibly sad.
Do you want me to try to heal one of them and see if it breaks them out?
Can you do that without? I mean, go right the fuck ahead. We're standing right here. Might as well.
It might be caused by some strange mental alteration.
I snapped my fingers a few times. One of the guys.
You'll have to walk up a little bit to get to him, but before you do reach him, you notice that the plants around them all appear to be similar. Not to them, to the other plants.
They all have faces.
No?
Now they're all swaying.
Yeah, actually the grass at his feet is swaying. The flowers a little bit farther up the path are swaying. There's a distinct point where the swaying and the similarities stop. You guys are on the normal side of things. A few meters in, they're on the side of why the fuck is the flower swaying?
I see.
Should we cross that line and see what happens? Or
One of us should, not all three of us.
Tom be my guest.
All right, fine, you fucking cowards. I'll do it. Yeah, I fucking do it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a mental save.
All right. Let's mental my save. I think it's just click this.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you feel wind on you. Nothing feels unusual. You cross over the apparent threshold, and nothing seems to have changed.
I don't think. Well, I don't think this circle, and it must be else. Here, why don't you two come over here? We'll see.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So
As you
Michael
cross the
will follow.
threshold, give me a mental save.
And Tom's just checking. I guess looking at these closely. The other.
You were breaking up just a little bit there.
Sorry, Tom is checking these people out more closely while the other two are walking up.
Okay.
Or just Michael. I don't know if Sage is walking up.
I'll assume that the rolling of a save means you've crossed over the threshold. Michael doesn't feel anything. It crosses over just like Tom did, and maybe the anticipation tingles a little bit, but nothing feels different. There's no squirming inside, no voices in the head.
Yeah, I guess I didn't ask who has the radio, but
I
I would want to go.
Guess I'll follow then if nothing happens.
You didn't see anything happen to Tom or Michael, but when Sage crosses over, still nothing.
This is going to end horribly. Like 3 hours 27 minutes. They're going to try to murder.
Any like distinguishing marks on their uniforms now that we're close enough to investigate?
You can see where patches were torn off. Should have been name patches there, and they're gone.
Okay. There's no like logos or anything that we can see.
That's a really good point. No logos that
Okay.
you can see.
Good. Michael was hoping he wouldn't have to shoot anybody because of a logo.
All right. But I guess what type of uniforms are they? Are they like space? Are they technicians' uniforms? What?
They look like the kind of how to describe it. Utility work, but somewhat dress uniform. Like like work gear, but pleated.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the best I can describe it.
I have another question. Is there any path that seems obviously to lead somewhere else where they might spend other time? Because this doesn't seem like a permanent enough residence for them.
If you go to the camp, which isn't that much farther away from you, and explore around, you do see some well-traveled footpaths. They actually mirror the map that I've set here pretty closely. You've got something crossing over to the east, just barely. Something that kind of comes down to the south, heads towards where you guys were at, and then hooks over to the east. And it looks like a wider path going up north. You can hear babbling water going in that direction. Pretty much assume what's over there.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I guess, so do they have like tents or something in their campsite?
They do not.
No, they just basically lay down on the furniture and on the ground.
Gotcha. So nowhere to hide guns.
I guess I take a peek in one of the logs to make sure of that assumption.
You guys can search around. Go ahead and roll. This would
Notice?
be notice.
Notice? Okay.
Beautiful.
There we go, Sage.
Well, 5, 6, 7.
Hmm.
And you actually
Did we-
here.
Did we notice anything?
You don't see anything, but you're still. This is not a difficult area to search. There's nowhere for them to hide anything as large as a large firearm.
Hmm.
There certainly could be handguns or something in some of the bushes, which all look similar as well.
Great.
Which incidentally probably would have checked in with Cole and told him, by the way, the plants look funky too, and we went in, but nothing weird happened.
You mean, yeah. Cole, do you still copy?
I think the plants have brainworms too, Cole.
Oh my god.
Don't fucking encourage the guy.
Confirm.
just gonna
Should
make
I
things
target
worse.
the plants? Should I shift target to the plants? Confirm.
Negative, Cole. They seem harmless.
If you guys aren't careful, it'll be
I think the brainworms have gotten in him too. Over.
Okay. Let's see.
Sounds like something somebody with brainworms would say.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Shit. Well, they seemed amicable enough. It almost seemed like this was like a refuge. Like maybe something really bad happened and they had to leave.
Maybe the
And-
fucking bird ate them.
This is where they ended up, but
They said something about an outpost. I assume they meant the ruins where we set up camp, but it wasn't much of a fucking outpost, if you ask me.
I mean, it had the makings of an outpost at one point.
Yeah, maybe like
Yeah.
200 years ago or something.
One thing that I would like to do, and I don't know if we're gonna have enough time just in during the single sway, but could it be possible to kind of try to get a follow the border and kind of see like what all the plants, the swaying plants encapsulate, like the perimeter?
Are you trying to get a size for it?
Yeah, like how much, like how large is the area?
Well, it you can see it pretty clearly. Now that you guys know what you're looking for with it, you can see it pretty clearly. It encompasses the camp circle itself and has gone about 5 meters down the path that you guys were coming up to meet them.
Hmm. Who
Okay,
thinks
so
the caves?
it's essentially just like very local to that campsite then.
Mm-hmm. And you are running out of time.
Alright, I very quickly give one of the men a pat down and then adjust him to face a different direction just to see what happens.
Okay. He sways while you're adjusting him, and he adjusts his sway so that he's still swaying in the same direction as everyone else, despite being actively moved.
Okay.
The pat down turns up nothing. He's wearing a single piece of clothing, or a single, well, not piece of clothing, but that single outfit.
Right. Just making sure. Okay. I guess back to the positions where we started in.
Okay.
Unless Sage has another idea, or Michael has another idea.
I feel like you and I should swap positions, but other than that,
Okay, I'm good with that.
are we gonna act like really surprised, or just see what happens and then? I don't know, man. Like this is so weird.
It is fucking weird. You're right.
I think I'll react minorly.
Nonplussed.
Yeah, maybe like intrigued, but not freaked out.
Okay.
The sway ends,
I'll have one eyebrow raised.
and
Yeah.
the one that was talking to you identified himself as Frank. He smiles, a great big smile, and moves up to you, moves up to Michael, claps a hand on Michael's shoulder, unless, Michael stops him. It's been so long since I've seen you. Come, we're about to eat.
Ah, you're right. Let us join in feast. And I roll with it.
Okay. You are greeted by the other people that you see as you start moving in toward the encampment. They smile as if they know you.
All of us?
Yes.
Alright.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, so uh, okay.
Did the grass stop swaying?
The grass stopped swaying.
Okay.
I suppose on our way, I'm just kind of in conversation, try to kind of bring it up, like, yeah, like, how long has it even been? Like, I don't even know. And try to, like, get him to say how long it's been.
He thinks as he's going along. Been a couple years, hasn't it? How are things going up at the outpost? They still sending people over there?
Just us for now, I'm afraid.
I'm sorry, over where or over here?
Over to the outpost.
Yeah.
Over there.
I'm confused.
He's-
Over to the outpost or
we're
over...
under the assumption that they mean the ruins when they say the outpost, right?
Yeah,
At the
'cause
moment, anyway.
Right, but they said, are they still sending people over there? So from the...
I thought he meant like sending people to the outpost.
Right. They being somebody else, not
Like-
at the outpost.
They being whatever corporation or entity sent people here in the first place. I suppose.
Okay, I got you.
I guess in response to that, I'll just say it's just us for as long as shoot, it's been just us for a while.
Well, figure eventually they'd get they'd just stop sending people. Thought the Scatterhawks would be good enough.
What makes you say that?
Can I be listening over the radio?
If one of them wants to keep the radio channel open,
Yeah, I might as well keep the radio channel open.
okay, then sure. He shrugs, says, "Well, I don't know. When you lose that many people to gigantic birds,
How many has it been anyway?
with you guys, 16.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah,
How long ago did we lose the first one? It's been some time.
The first one. Tracy didn't deserve what she got.
No.
Hmm.
Wait, are they dead?
Well, let's think of happier things. Now that we're reunited, let's enjoy our time together.
Yeah. Uh, looks like Colton got some. He says a different word for the rabbit, but I'm just gonna call it rabbit. Uh,
Octo Rabbit.
he doesn't actually
Excuse
say
me?
Octo Rabbit either, but I'm still gonna say Octo Rabbit.
Okay.
Colton brought a couple of Octo Rabbits over.
My favorite.
Never did care for them myself.
Hey Colton, come on over. Let's have us some meal here with our old
Oh.
friends Michael and I don't remember you guys' names.
You can just call me Tom.
Tom,
Most people do.
Michael and Tom, and then he looks over at Sage.
Sage. Guess I'll give.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Another man comes over with a rabbit and a knife, sets it down on a stone bench, and starts skinning it.
I think I'll hold off on it for now. I've never eat after a trip. Not immediately after, anyway. Bad for the digestion.
More for me.
All right. Franklin tears off a leg from the rabbit and holds it out to Michael.
Mike will take it gladly. Nod his head. and
Tom's watching him, like, just...
Are y'all not gonna cook that?
but rare rabbit is just. And he takes a nice bite out of it.
Oh, God. Tom just quietly turns around and just...
And Frank just looks at. I think it was Tom that made that comment. Tom or Sage, whichever.
It was Sage.
Okay. Frank looks at Sage and gives him like a quizzical look, and then takes a bite out of his own leg. Not his leg, but his. The
They are zombies.
Oh my god.
Cannibals.
Auto cannibals. I didn't expect
Everything
that.
was right. They were all right.
He's like, you thought that was bad. Watch this.
Michael, it is as awful as you expect it to be. It is literally killed 10 minutes ago. Well, sorry, they swayed for 20 minutes. So killed 30 minutes ago. Still fresh, still slightly warm. Raw meat.
Mm-mm.
Like it
Hope you
raw.
don't get any worms from that.
Insert Gollum quote.
Oh. Great. Great.
Well, Michael might sneak a couple bits of dry ration out of his pack to supplement the rabbit.
So, right. I noticed you all have, you have spears here. It's pretty nice. What do you make those out of?
Oh, just some wood from the trees nearby. We haven't found any bigger predators out here. The scatterhawk stays up near the mountain. Everything else here is easy enough to kill. You're gonna love living with us. It's
I'm sure.
easy.
I'm sure.
Mhm.
Speaking of, God, my memory's killing me these days. Do you remember why we started calling that thing the Scatterhawk?
Well, I suppose we were making a play on Skettle Outpost.
That's fair.
Well, that's right.
Scatter.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't seem so funny anymore, does it? I mean, it's a little funny.
Poop on that place.
Well, we all feel the loss of Tracy very deeply. As if it was just yesterday.
Yes, that must have been hard for you. How did it happen to her?
That's a little bit of a private story.
Well, then I don't mean to intrude.
One of the females passing by says he loves telling it. And yeah, the voice is similar. The inflection is similar.
Right?
Hmm.
That wasn't just me being bad at voices, although I am bad at voices.
No, that's fine. I am too.
Yeah. Well, you sure you don't want to tell us?
Well, I mean, and he does tell a story about him and Tracy getting it on outside of the outpost in the
Hmm.
snow under the bright open sky. They
As you
were
do.
to stationed at the outpost, and a Scatterhawk swooped in, silent as the night, snatched her and lifted her straight off of. They were fucking. You guys got that? Straight off.
Oh.
Flapped its wings a great several beats, throwing snow all into the air, and the last he heard was her screaming, and then, well, falling down the mountain.
Okay, so
quick.
I have a question because I want to clear something up because I think I might have misunderstood something earlier. Did he say that? Because I feel like what's his name? Michael asked how many we lost, and then he said with you 16.
He did say that.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so that wasn't like me misunderstanding.
Nope.
Okay.
So we've been lost, apparently.
But it's,
It's like they're somehow pseudo aware of the situation they're in, or they just like ditched the outpost because they didn't want to get eaten by the bird.
No. maybe when you said lost, he thought like left, like abandoned the outpost, but I was thinking dead.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
maybe that I don't know.
I think he meant because he said they keep losing people. I think he meant they send people to outpost and then they never hear from them again. And
And
Probably
I'm not
because-
quite willing to make those assumptions because this is weird.
yeah, that's very true.
Because it was really weirding me out. Because in my mind, the conversation went, "How many people died? With y'all, 16."
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that is how the conversation flowed. So
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
let's go back in character.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine.
So I guess we continue eating, enjoying jolly good times, and feeling bad for Cole stuck out in the woods.
No, I'm feeling pretty fucking good for Cole right now because this is still creeping me the fuck out.
Any second now. Ready to strike.
This is the one thing Michael's been enjoying on this trip.
Any second.
They're
He's a trained sniper. He's used to, being out there waiting for the moment, no matter how long you gotta wait,
Mm-hmm.
They're perfectly hospitable, friendly, treat you like they've known you forever.
Do they treat us like we have claim to the ruins? That is the question we need to answer. Do they think they have proper claim to the ruins?
Sounded like they want to have nothing to do
Uh,
with it.
yeah, I guess in the conversation they did mention, they said, live with us, you'll have fun living with us, and so kind of during the mealtime conversation, I kind of want to go back to that and have Sage mention something along the lines of, uh, bring up that it's just us three, like they've essentially abandoned it, so we've taken up shop there. I mentioned that that we will be going back. Like, we're not going to be staying here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks at Sage quizzically, and another one of the men, again, same tone, same inflection, asks, "Why would you want to do that?"
I don't know. Equal parts nostalgia and uh, it just feels like home. I don't know. That's hard to describe.
They're paying you to sit on top of a mountain. You get free and you want to go back.
I mean, no one's paying me to do anything.
It's
I've not been
cold
paid in a
out.
long time.
What? Lampwatch stopped paying you?
Yeah, I told you,
Mm.
it's just us.
All right, I guess that confirms it's Lampwatch.
So they did abandon the outpost. And you've just been squatting up there?
Yeah, like I said, it feels like home. I don't really know where else to go.
Well, you can stay with us, and the speaker has switched back to Frank.
Actually, could I'm very, very sorry to interrupt.
No, that's fine, because
Can someone remind me what the hell Lampwatch is? Because it was mentioned in the briefing and I don't actually know.
Gotcha. Lampwatch is basically uh, the system police force for where are we? Bright Alpha.
Okay.
what is Bright Alpha?
Bright Alpha is the name of the system that we're currently in.
Got it.
That's the one. It's not the one that we're all from.
Right. Bright Alpha is a system that has been discovered and is being explored by Bon Navir because something had come over to our home UDB system from it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So Bon
Okay.
Navir sent an expedition, and API snuck in on Bon Navir's heels, hid in Bon Navir's shadow, and when that electrical storm hit is when they came over and dropped you guys down on the planet to start up their eventual claim here.
Alright.
Lampwatch is you only got a brief bit of intel because it would have been being learned at the same time as Bon Navir. So actually the characters not knowing too much about them is fairly in character, but they would still at least have been told that Lampwatch is this system's police force.
And they were here before, like, Bonnevere and all of us showed up. Like, they're native
Yeah,
to this place.
yeah.
Okay.
Lampwatch is native to this system, and they're also supposed to be on this planet with listening stations here and there that your pilot had to avoid.
Got it.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay. Well, figure pretty much Michael has nothing more interesting to do or say until the next sway, which point we may just kind of want to convene and decide what we're going to do.
Okay. You can easily frivol away a few hours here. They do have, other than raw meat to eat, they've got their roots and berries, actual
I'm
vegetables and fruits.
I'm still not touching anything right now.
It's Wonderland.
Come on, man,
Yeah.
you don't want to drink the Kool-Aid?
Okay. The next sway comes up, and you're in the middle of conversation with somebody, and they just stop talking, stare, and start swaying.
Great.
Okay. So at this point, is when we want to convene, and Michael is kind of in favor of leaving them for now. He didn't consider them a threat to our claim on the outpost or anything else.
Yeah, I think because the way they're looking at, because one of the things that the mission primer also mentions is just they want like nobody else to even know about the ruins, which they appear to know about them. But I feel like our job is not to actually take them out. I feel like it would be enough just to be like, there are these people who do, though it would not be much at all to take them out if needed be. And
On
kinda,
the other hand, I'm pretty sure they expect us to deal with it. Problem wasn't too significant. On the other hand, I'm not even ruins are well. They know the ruins are ruins now, but um,
yeah, if they think it's a active outpost, it feels like.
which actually might be another problem. Watch. Well, they think Lampwatch abandoned it, so whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. And that bird is still concerning me, and this fucking swing is still really fucking concerning.
Yeah, and I mean they do know that we haven't owned it our entire lives, which I remember that phrase specific.
Yeah.
They might have to go.
But that does bring up a larger point. It does
Which
not
is the
appear.
bird.
Well, yes, but it does not appear that um, that anyone has been there in a really long time. But obviously, Lampwatch was here.
Well, and
Once.
something else that they said something about sitting on top of a mountain. So I'm not entirely sure the ruins we set up camp at were actually the outpost. At least not the Lampwatch.
I thought that was what you said. It was something about sitting on top of a mountain.
No,
Oh wait, no, that is what they said. Never mind.
that's what they said.
Did they say on top of? I thought they just said like on a mountain.
I think they
Because this is
explicitly said
technically
on.
kind of like on a mountain.
I think they said on top of a mountain, which
Can you actually clarify that out of character, Dex?
Yeah, I can. They did say on top of a mountain, and I'll throw another piece out there. The fall that he described was a much greater tumble down the side of a mountain than that little hill you climbed to get to the ruins.
yeah, that I was wondering about that too,
Hmm.
but
I
I
got you.
didn't know if like he didn't. Ex-
You cut out there, Shar.
just that he hadn't given enough detail about the fall to really solidify that, but that did seem like a weird thing too.
Okay.
plus
I just
the fact-
assumed he took her up and dropped her, and she. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Then, I mean, that's. So maybe they weren't thinking about it. Although I thought when you mentioned the outpost, I thought you said at the base of the mountain, and he said yes.
See that? Yeah, that was. I thought I'd mention that too, but he might have just not registered that, or maybe there are two parts to the outpost. I don't know.
There's so many variables, and I still like really want to know, but also I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe. What would API want? What is API, by the way?
Advanced Progress Incorporated. Accelerated Progress Incorporated.
I'm really afraid that these people are going to have to die because they, especially now that they think we're just squatting in the outpost instead of legitimately there.
Oops.
Good job, Sage.
I got lost.
Well, I think we need to kill them all. And then do something.
Do we kill them all but one, like we mentioned earlier, and see if they even register that everyone's dead?
You guys are running out of sway time.
I think we at least kill most of them.
We could just wait until they're done swaying and fucking swaying.
Wait until they're done swaying and what?
I'm gonna
Ask
radio.
them about the swaying.
Yeah, I'm also gonna radio to Cole.
Yeah.
What is his opinion on this?
You should at least wait to kill them until the next sway.
Is Cole around?
Cole.
Cole, are you there? Guys,
I think he
think
wandered
the brain-
off.
I think the brainworms got him.
Is it getting late for you guys?
It's 1 a.m. Let's see.
It's late by normal people standards, but
Yeah.
Well, over on Pacific Coast, it's only 11 here.
I am hardly on that schedule.
It's fine. I don't need to do too much in the morning. Well, I do, but it's not that big of a deal for me.
Hmm.
Sorry, what's up, Waleed?
Yep, I saw a Cole voice.
What? Oh, can you not hear me?
Yeah. Have you been here the whole time?
No, I missed a bit. What's up?
What did you miss? Where was the last thing you? Where did you head out?
I've been in and out as you've been talking to them about all this stuff.
All right. So Cliff
don't need
notes.
I don't need to recap the whole scene. Just what do we do
Yeah.
now?
So we're trying to figure out what to do, whether to just kill them or not. We're not 100% positive the outpost they're talking about is the ruins. There might be another one. And
They seem to act like. Yeah, go ahead.
they act like they've abandoned it and want nothing to do with it. They're like really surprised that we would even want to be there when I mentioned that we were, gonna go back. And apparently Lampwatch has something to do with it. It's like the police force in the area.
Okay, so we have everything we need to answer all three questions. So we should check in.
That's actually a good plan.
I guess while we're still here, we could probably ask Caves down there
Mm-hmm.
any other questions we might want to ask them, and then go out and report it.
Yeah, we could ask him about the caves, ask him about the swaying, and bug out.
Okay. The sway does end, and the person that you were talking to finishes the sentence that they were speaking, and then looks around because you guys have walked around a little bit to talk,
Oops.
and then doesn't make any big deal out of it.
Yeah, so I think Sage will just be like, so do y'all just do that all the time, or what's up with that?
Do what?
The whole blank out for 20 minutes thing.
I was just talking to you.
Hmm.
Did you space out?
Yeah. Yeah, Sage, get with the program. Get your head out of clouds, man.
Maybe I did.
Do you even remember we were talking about flowers? You were talking about flowers, or well, she was talking about flowers.
No, I don't remember talking about flowers.
You're hopeless.
Mm-hmm.
You know me.
Yeah, I do.
Out of character, were we actually talking about flowers?
Well, she was talking about flowers. She was telling Sage about all the different colors. And there is only one color of flower here.
All the same color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
But she was talking about a bunch of different colors.
She was.
I guess, yeah, we weren't like this was like we were just killing time. Okay. I personally was not actually talking about flowers.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Keep that in there.
Okay. Okay, I got you. I was about to say, their
yeah.
conversation just swapped. Okay.
Are you sure you don't have the grip brainworms?
Don't let Cole hear that.
I haven't heard from them in a while. They must be bugging out too now.
I'm just gonna take him out. Mercy killing.
Oh man.
Alright, so are you guys going to stay for another sway and then bug out?
Could make as though to leave before the next sway and see how they react. If they
Okay.
Maybe mention that we're gonna go back and explore those caves some more, see what they say.
Yeah, we need to mention the caves.
The one that you've come to find out his name is Joel. Well, I can't stop you from going.
Well, is there a reason you should?
No. Yeah. You wanna keep slaving your life away?
Well, I mean, if we're just
Did anyone ever explore those caves? I can't act.
Do you ask him about the caves?
Yeah, so like the goal was to say that like that's where we were headed. Like we're gonna
Okay.
go explore.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry. That was me losing the track. He gets back on it. He gets on the right track. He says, you mean the cave? Actually, hang on. Sorry. He says, no, I'll never go out that way.
Well, I think we will, because we haven't either.
Okay.
seemed like a neat spot.
We'll probably be back eventually.
Well, you're always welcome here.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you around.
Yeah. Now, did we learn all the names of the people there?
No, because they don't all address each other by name.
I guess I'll ask him just to remind me quickly, whatever. I don't look like an idiot when I forget.
Yeah,
Broke up just a little bit there. You said to remind you what?
What everyone's name is, so I don't look like an idiot when I forget what everyone's name is.
He laughs at you and says, "You look like an idiot now."
That's true, but more of one.
Starts pointing at people and does give you a list of names.
Right, is any of them named Tracy?
No.
Okay. Just making sure. Crossing that one off the list.
All right, cool. That was easier than I thought it would be.
Was it?
Was it? That's a good question.
That was like really intense and borderline stressful for me. Come on.
To the
Oh,
cave.
I guess you guys can see this now.
Ooh. The sway. Nifty.
Nice.
All right. Onward ho.
So you're heading over to the cave soon?
Team, I see you. Are you ready for extraction? Do we fire? Do I fire? Repeat. I'm in position, ready to take the shot.
Did you guys forget to get him?
We haven't left that far.
I mean, I'd see them coming out. I'd see them leaving.
Right,
Hmm.
right. I'm just teasing.
Yeah, Tom, let him know he doesn't need to shoot anybody,
Hello?
if you don't
Did I
mind.
just break off?
You didn't even
Uh,
start. And if you're talking now, you're also not coming.
Yeah, Tom, just call off Cole so he didn't shoot anybody now.
Roger.
I still have a little morbid curiosity as to what would happen if one of them just suddenly died.
Can you hear us now, Lucas?
There you go. You get a little bit more information on that. You have a name list.
Yeah. Not somehow I don't think they're so clueless as to not notice if somebody drops the sound of a sniper shot.
There we go. Hello?
I mean, maybe. Hello.
Fair enough.
I don't know what just
Except-
happened.
They were like, stranger danger, and then all of a sudden, we've known you for years.
Yeah. It was like it was definitely weird.
I kind of wish we had crossed the threshold while they weren't swaying, and then maybe if their demeanor just instantly changed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
Oh, wheel. To the caves.
To the caves.
To the caves.
I'm gonna.
Cole is like, you know, like the last one in the marching order, and he's very carefully watching his comrades to see if they have
Yeah.
worms moving under their skin, or if they, you know, have any odd swaying or anything.
Can't wait for 3 hours for that.
I don't know if I can trust these guys. I might be the only one who's still human.
I'm gonna throw a very informative handout out at you guys.
Beautiful.
You get to the cliffs and you smell a faint aroma. Now, are you approaching
Can-
it from the top of the cliff or the bottom?
Probably the bottom.
I was thinking bottom.
Okay,
Probably not a fan of falling.
Yeah,
sure.
I am subject to gravity, so I would prefer to approach from the bottom.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Now, here's the question. Does the teleport psychic ability maintain momentum?
Oh, God.
It actually, I don't know if it says this in the new book because I was actually looking for it. In the first edition, it did not. It literally specifically called out that you could use it to like fall from, you know, an infinite distance, and as long as you could time it right, teleport safely by just teleporting onto a surface. You normalized inertia with the surface that you teleport onto. I did not see that same thing when I was skimming teleportation in the revised edition, though.
Yeah, it doesn't mention it.
Let's just hope you don't fall so I don't have to make a ruling on it. That would be my preference.
I'll just be like, I'll just teleport right as I start falling, and then just not
the
even
thing is-
gain.
If they didn't do that, then, you know, the idea being that if you teleport, say, from a spaceship onto the surface of a planet, then you're immediately hit by the speed the planet's traveling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it
You
does.
know.
It does say that you basically lock on to the nearest gravity wells, like you maintain that frame of reference. But it doesn't mention anything about specific inertia. Yeah.
Yeah, the reason it called it out in the original one was because of that. So like, and as a side bonus, it meant you could basically also use it to prevent fall damage. But I didn't see the same exact call out, but I feel like the intention's probably the same.
I suppose we'll see. I'll probably maybe ask in Discord if there's an official rule. But yeah, so I guess I don't know how sensitive it would be, but could it be possible to use the scanner to try to see what the makeup of that aroma is?
It can do some chemical analysis, but not just from the aroma, not just from whatever the scent is. You'd need whatever is producing it.
I got you. That makes sense. So I guess Sage in particular just wants to do kind of the same kind of sweep we did at the ruins, looking for potential habitation, any sort of indication of inhabitants or travelers or anything like that.
Okay. It is going to, if you want to sweep the entire bottom of the cliff, oof, that would be a couple of days travel. How far do you want to go? I mean, assuming that you stop if you find anything relevant.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of want to go in the caves a little, I would assume.
Yeah, let's just explore one cave.
Yeah. So yeah, my answer was basically about to be just kind of the first main area we come upon, make that kind of assessment, and then not sweep the entire system.
Right. That makes some sense too. You enter the first cave that looks like it's large enough to take you, and continues large enough. It opens into a tunnel network that opens into other tunnels. It looks like there's just a spreading honeycomb of caves and tunnels going ahead of you, running under the plateau.
Just as a point of order, as we're coming into this area, Cole is stowing his sniper rifle and readying his pistol.
Okay.
Right, and I guess we can mark, if we want to explore into this network, we should probably mark the walls and stuff so we don't get fucking lost.
You'll also need to use rations if you spend more than a day here. Or find something else to eat down here.
Definitely do not want to spend that kind of time in here.
Yeah.
Michael's gonna suggest we look for branches that seem to head towards the encampment. See if we can. I mean, seems like there could be something over there messing with people's brains.
Or these tunnels could lead back towards the ruins, to where the sealed tunnels are.
I say we each take a different path.
Split up to cover more
Personally,
ground.
I say that we're probably not well enough equipped to properly explore a cave system.
And this ain't part of our mission.
I do think it merits mentioning that it would be of note for them to explore when they set up. But I don't think I feel comfortable going any farther into this labyrinth.
Fair enough.
Yeah. This could be where the brain slugs come from, or whatever else.
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
All right.
I don't like where this is going.
What are you doing making our rolls for us?
I didn't want to interrupt you guys.
I
Wow,
really
look at
don't
that.
like this.
Jesus.
You know, you can make the roll for me, I suppose. That's pretty good.
Don't mind me. I didn't mean to interrupt.
But you did, didn't you?
All right. So we don't want to explore the caves then.
That's what
No.
it sounded like.
Well,
Okay. Why did we come here then?
No, we wanted to see what it was about, and now that we see it's basically just a labyrinthian honeycomb of caves under this plateau, it's like not worth exploring. If it was just like, oh, here's like a large cave with a cache of fucking pre-tech stuff, now we want to explore it. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
Bunch of shallow caves with giant wasps like honeycombing the cliffside. You know. The point was to just get an idea of what's here. It's called scouting.
All right.
And you've seen what they are. Let's go ahead and get a physical save from one more physical save from each of you.
Okay.
Well, you already rolled so
You-
well for me.
Oh wow, this is getting more interesting.
Is it?
It is.
How often do we have to make physical saves down here? Because we just made one and we had to make one really quickly afterwards.
Doesn't matter. We're out now.
You're out now. It's not it's not a repeating thing. Now that you're out of the caves, you won't have to make any more saves.
Okay.
obviously.
All right.
Fuck, it was probably the smell. There's some brain slug spores.
All right.
It was kind of a sweet smell growing on you, not literally.
Let's fire up that radio.
I like how
Okay.
we inverted the saves though.
Yeah. I'm
It's
sure
gonna
you do.
take 10 minutes to. No, I give you a USB drive thing.
Mm-hmm.
That technically shouldn't make it take less time, but it's
Yeah,
also
just good.
you guys have been here for days. It's not worth figuring out whether it takes 10 minutes or not. You get the radio fired up. Are you calling back to Hardball?
ET phone home.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are you going anywhere, or are you just hanging out outside the caves before you've?
I mean, we probably want to get back up and start making our way back to the main camp or our main camp.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe out of the valley so we got better signal.
Hmm.
So what happens, Sage? After about an hour you've been out of the caves, you start seeing intermittent streaks of vertical light and dark at the periphery of your vision.
Just me?
Just you for that part of it.
Okay.
They come on suddenly. There is no pattern. It's intermittent, and it is mildly distracting. The rest of you,
Hmm.
you get the same effect, but they're actually spreading across the entire field of vision. You're not
Ooh.
being completely blinded. It's just that intermittently in your entire visual field, there are occasional vertical streaks of light and dark,
Hmm.
and it's very distracting.
Man. Anybody else get that ooh, really weird something or other in your eyes?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it was whatever that smell was down there in the caves. Might have been some.
Think about the smell, and it smells good. It smells like that would fix everything.
Right, but so does gas. So
I think I just need to lay down for a little while.
you do that. We need to make that call.
Michael curls up on the ground.
Okay, we leave him there.
No, we'll just make the call now.
Okay.
Okay.
What was our call sign?
You guys didn't have one. Well,
Oh,
you
okay.
did, but
We all forgot it.
Well, we're Lost Slam, right?
the whole operation is Operation Lost Lamb. You guys can make up whatever your call sign was.
Bo Peep.
Great.
Bo Peep the hardball. Come in, hardball. This is.
All right. A radio crackles to life, and Hardball answers. Report.
We have we have reconned the area of operation.
You got flickering of light in your peripheral.
Sorry, I just. We've investigated the site. It is uninhabited, uninteresting from surface inspection. Unable to find anything real interesting going on there. Signs, people here in the past.
Is something
We
coming at you
have
from the side?
what? I pull my pistol and look at it and point at
No.
it.
No, it's just trigger light.
We sorry.
Tell him there
Okay.
was
We've encountered.
metal underground.
Oh, I'll get to that.
Okay.
We have encountered a local population. They seem to be under some kind of unusual effect. They have primitive technology, but it looks like there's signs that
Flicker,
they
flicker,
were
flicker.
uh, here. Anyway, we found there's a local population of people. It's real weird. They got sticks and spears and living in the woods, but they're wearing clothes like people who used to travel here through space. I don't know. They know about the ruin, but they don't give a damn that we're there. They don't seem to have ownership to it, but they know about it. So they seem to be that's the answer to question number 2.
The radio is a
Question
flicker
number
of light.
Shake the radio.
What is that noise?
Sorry, something was wrong with the radio. It's better now. And the question for number 3, we would just need to eliminate this small encampment of strange people to make the answer to number 2 nobody. We also inspected some caves and I don't know. I think maybe we're all like coming down with something or experiencing some weird side effects. Could maybe use a doctor to look at us when you pick us up. I don't know. What do you want us to do?
Tell him about the Scatterhawk and Lamp Watch.
Did somebody say a lamp watch?
Yeah, there's some kind of local. What was I here? You and I like hand it off to Sage.
Sage is just a big black blur. Streak, not blur, streak. Oh, now he's fine.
So those indigenous peoples that Cole was talking about are apparently they came from Lamp Watch, though it seems that they may have originally been here many years ago. Those weird tendencies he talked about, they treated us like we were part of Lamp Watch, and Lamp Watch was sending people, and people were abandoning the outpost. But by all of our accounts, there hasn't been anyone here in years.
And then the hawk.
Yeah, apparently there's some indigenous life here that's a little bit on the deadly side.
Okay. So if I understand your report, nobody claims the ruins. Question 1.
Doesn't
This-
seem that way.
Group of people knows about the ruins. Question 2.
Mhm.
Additional. Lamp Watch is somewhere in the area, and these people might have been Lamp Watch.
Maybe. they mentioned Lampwatch was sending people to an outpost, and that they were from that outpost, but abandoned it because people were being killed by the local wildlife, uh, and that had been many years ago.
Okay.
And
Have you determined if Lampwatch knew about the ruins?
I feel like it might be a safe bet that they've at least seen them. Uh, we're not 100% sure if the ruins was the outpost or if there's another outpost up on the mountain. But they didn't seem like they were there for the ruins. But other than that, I don't see any way we could be able to tell any farther.
Is that the end of your report?
Anybody else?
If you have any additional orders, now would be the time to give them. I'm saying this to us, what I assume is the blur that is the radio.
No, it's fine. It's just a radio.
All right.
There's a vertical streak that's traveling along behind Sage, though.
Right. I am going to try to reach out and grab that really quickly.
No, it's gone.
Damn it.
Anybody mentioning the weird psychic stuff going on with those people?
But
Yeah,
the
I guess I should say that Jack, when you were talking, you kind of mentioned that there was weird shit going on. Would you have said that you described it when you were talking with him, or?
I mean, I said it the way I said it.
Okay, I'll just make sure.
Yeah.
I think Sage would have been. He mentioned like about what happens and that they appear. He'll mention that they're all the same. He'll just basically kind of give a quick synopsis of all of the weird stuff that we can't explain.
Pack up and meet at the LZ in 6 days, soldiers. Or not soldiers. 6 days. Tried to go too much
Operatives.
drill sergeant there.
Okay.
And engage the local populace or no?
No, we're abandoning this site. We'll find another one.
Okay.
Well, all right. That was. All right.
Well done.
Hmm.
We at least haven't had to murder anyone yet.
Yeah. Disappointed. I'm disappointed. I was hoping I'd get the chance.
Well, there's some people up there.
And ain't worth the effort.
Say, be my guest. All right. Well,
We still got to last 6 days here.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
The effects of whatever's affecting you, you can assume it's the whatever was creating that aroma, wears off after a few hours. And you can explore more of this area if you want to. I would do that in out of character question answer, but if you don't, then you are picked up in 6 days.
okay. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything much to explore within, 2 or 3 days of the LZ.
Right. Yeah. The time frame kind of constrains you a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
If you as players would like the opportunity to do more, then I'll push that landing out further, but it's not necessary.
Nah, it's fine. It's getting pretty late anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
we are
yeah.
hitting right up to the end time that I quoted.
I
Right.
think we've explored all of the dead ends. Or explored everything down to dead ends. So
mm,
Yeah, I mean, I think there's much to be explored in those caves down there, but I don't think we're equipped
yeah,
for that mission.
we need some breathing
it
equipment.
would be interesting to be whatever party is actually ready to do this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys want, I can um, run a later mission where API gives this location a second shot, based on after action reports that you guys submit.
Okay.
You guys don't have to write them. It's worth bonus XP if you do, though.
Right.
If that seems interesting to you to explore more of what's going on here, and well, yeah, to explore more of what's going on here. But great role playing, guys, and thanks for joining me here.
Mhm.
You get an XP for attending. Yay, there's your participation award. You get an XP for great role playing, and you get an XP for you didn't overcome any major obstacles, but what you did is give API good, solid information. They are able to make a valuable assessment and not put themselves in a bad position by coming here.
Mhm.
So yeah, they're basically triaging this location for now, and that was the uh, the bonus objective success.
All right.
Cool. Well, thank you for running this game.
Sweet.
It was great fun and well done, I thought.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much stuff that if we had the right skills or asked the right questions, we could have dug into, which I like. I like having
Right. It felt less like a one shot and more like the opening to a bigger thing that we either
I have
that
so many questions still.
right. It was either a one shot or like not a one shot, but an opening to a bigger thing, or a one shot that we as the players managed to remove most of the deeper parts from by being way too cautious.